Dude, totally unrelated to anything that's about to happen right now.
Ayo.
Was the intro for last episode as funny as I thought it was?
Okay, I didn't at first. I was like, "Wait, what is happening? What did I?" I was like, "Did I come in at the wrong part?" And then I was like, "Oh wait, no, this is Deadpool and Wolverine." Fuck. Yes, it was. I enjoyed it.
Cool. I showed my wife. I was like, "Hey, I'm thinking about doing this," and then I played it for her, and she's like, "That's so stupid," and I'm like, "I'm doing it."
Like, hey man, why don't you do what you want to do on your podcast, and I'll do what I want to do on mine.
Yeah, I thought she was going to talk me out of it, but she didn't end up happening.
So wait, did you upload the actual video like we're doing right here for last week on YouTube? Like, did you put the actual clip or did you just play it?
I just played it.
Oh, okay.
I didn't want to get in trouble for copyright shit.
Oh my God, just tell him to relax. Send a note to Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, dude, they freaking harp on that shit hard. So I'm like, just the audio, like it's not a super long clip, like whatever.
Listen, I mean, I'm sure it's way different on YouTube. In fact, I know it is. But on Instagram, I posted a Into the Spider-Verse edit, like some edit that had Miles doing whatever. And it got taken down like instantly. And it's like, do you want to appeal this? And I immediately said yes. And I was like, hey, can you guys relax? I just like your thing and I want to put it out there. I'm literally making nothing from this. And then like within like an hour or two, they were like, all right, fine. And they like released it to be, it was just on my story. It wasn't even like a post. It's like, all right, I mean, I get it. Be litigious, but damn, son, you see, I got like 10 followers. What are we doing?
Is it a business page?
Yes. Actually.
Yeah, they'll freaking harp on it hard if it's a business page. Personal pages, they don't give a shit.
That's it. I use it as a personal page now, so that's probably why.
Yeah. Anyway, what's up, bros?
We're back, baby. Is all of that going to be in the?
Yeah, all of it. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jonathan.
And I'm a little baby.
we are a few bros on a mission to give you guys the most detailed movie reviews out there with as little bias as possible. Welcome to the All Bros. This week on the podcast, we are probably just going to be getting straight into the breakdown. I didn't watch much this week.
Neither
I've just been watching the shows and stuff.
Same, all comfort shows, all just literally the same as last week.
Listen, watch Severance. We just finished season 1. Amazing. Watch what is that one? Common Side Effects. Is that the Adult Swim show?
How is that one? I'm starting that one next.
I'm like 5 episodes in. It's really good. And it's I will say this. I didn't realize until I started watching that show. I miss the like 20-minute bite-sized episodes of like something that's actually good. You know what I mean? Because I like Severance a lot, but every once in a while when I see a 59-minute episode, I'm like, all right, I have to get all distractions away from me for 1 whole hour. I don't know if I can do that. Here we go. And then a kid starts talking. But that's what's great. It's like 20, 22 minutes, something like that, the Common Side Effects. And it's great. I can't believe that show is as good as it is. So,
I'm so pumped. Yeah, I've been watching Righteous Gemstones on Max.
I heard that is amazing.
It's hilarious.
Is that the one where Goggins plays Baby Billy or whatever?
Baby Billy. Yep.
Dude. Shut up, nerd. Go outside.
It is the funniest shit. But gosh, you know what gets me? So they have flashback episodes to like, which it kind of hurts my heart a little bit because they're going back to like the 90s. And so it's like all the stuff that I liked as a kid. And I'm like, oh no, because it's like it's all the like the adult characters. It's like back then. I'm like, shit. Like, am I one of them?
Listen, I got to see my own Black Mirror, I guess, because I watched what was it, Y2K, that Rachel Ziegler joint. Have you guys heard of this Y2K?
I have.
Yeah, it was. By the way, for everyone listening, she was barely in it. Like, they put her face on the front because she was maybe the most famous, but she was barely a thing in that movie.
Snow
Well,
White's already killing her career.
dude, that girl, I mean, just stop talking. You would be fine if you just stop your mouth from going.
Yeah.
That movie was, Y2K was in fact bad, but it was one of those bad in a good way bad movies. Yeah, I would actually watch that movie again. It was terrible, but it was good.
Yeah,
But it all happened, by the way, it all happened in 1999, like going into Y2K, and I vividly remember that because I mean, I have a long story associated with that, but I was actually in such deep shit at that time that I was praying that when 2000 hit, that just everything would start. I wish that movie would happen, is what really is happening. Like, I wish that movie had happened, because I was like, I'm never gonna make it through this, man, and I clearly did. But yeah.
Damn. Yeah. Yeah. So that's the vibe that I got with Righteous Gemstones. It's super funny. They're like just the most over the top, like, mega church pastors or preachers, whatever you want to call them. Like, they're hilarious, but they have these flashback episodes, and the kids, actually, just the kid that they chose to play young Danny McBride could not be more perfect. Dude, he matches the cadence of Danny McBride to perfection.
I wonder if he's related, because
I looked it up because that's how what I thought too. I was like, dude, they have to be, and they're not. And I'm like, that is crazy. Like, that is the
awesome.
craziest shit. But the shit that they get him to do is totally, like, you can see Danny McBride doing it. And then, like, it's just that the fact that they got this little kid to do it, he kind of has like the look, he matches the voice and everything. Like, everything matches. Like, you would think that they just shrunk down Danny McBride.
That's hilarious.
Wow, that's awesome.
Like, on this newest season, like, they did a flashback, and they have like the young Danny McBride come out in like freaking some tidy whities and nothing else, and his sister is just like, oh god, go put on some pants, man. And he's just like, you can't tell me how to live, you bitch. And then he like turns, and then he like kind of like strikes a pose and then walks off. And I'm like, god damn, like that's perfect.
Okay, by the way, speaking of young people or young versions of people doing a good job, I on TikTok all the time now, I don't know what it is. It keeps showing me clips from Young Sheldon. Why did no one tell me that show was like just a constant tear jerking, like everything was like, oh my god, it was his dad and he was right there and then he wasn't, and then it was the other guy and he was like that. Of Young Sheldon, by the way, that kid, I talk so much shit about that show because I just thought it was going to be dumb, and that kid is spot on. He is in fact Sheldon from when he was a little kid, and yeah, I don't know, I don't even know. That just made me think of it. Like, I actually might really watch that show now.
I personally think Young Sheldon is better than The Big Bang Theory.
I mean,
I really like the guy that plays his dad a lot.
What's really funny for like the last 2 seasons, if you really listen to Jim Parsons' voiceover, you can tell that he's trying to deepen his voice a little bit to match Ian Armitage's voice a little more, just because he hit puberty so hard.
That's hilarious. Yeah, that kid. By the way, it seemed like all of them did. Like I sometimes all the clips that I would see where I'm clearly from later seasons, and then one time I saw one from like what had to have been the first season. I was like, who are these Muppet baby children? Like they were just all super tiny. I was like, oh, okay, I guess they really were kids the whole time.
Yeah, dude, they did a lot of fun stuff with that show. Like the mom in Young Sheldon is the daughter of Sheldon's mom in Big Bang Theory.
What? Hold on, wait. Say that again. My brain just snapped.
Okay, so you know the lady that plays Sheldon's mom in Big Bang Theory?
Yes.
So her daughter plays her like that same character in Young Sheldon.
Gotcha. So it is. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
And so because everyone like had talked like, oh my gosh, like this is like almost perfect casting. Like this, like she's got everything right about her. And I'm like, yeah, it's her daughter.
Yeah. She looks right because she is right.
Yeah, and I've seen so much like behind the scenes stuff with Young Sheldon. So the scene where they're doing George Senior's funeral, the guy who played George Senior is in the crowd. Like he's in the audience dressed as a woman.
That's hilarious. That is hilarious.
Yeah, he said that it was like a suit. Like he said he could tell like that the vibes in the whole room were off.
That's so
just because everyone was sad, and so he's like, I wanted to lighten it up a little bit, so I came in dressed as a woman and sat in the back, and so that was kind of like everyone was just kind of like laughing and having a good time about that. I'm like, shit. And then I've been watching the spinoff, the George and Mandy.
How is that?
It's not bad. It's interesting, like seeing some of these characters come back in like sitcom format, but I think it works. Like they have some like genuinely funny shit in it. Like,
yeah, it's interesting. It's weird that it's. I wonder if any other show has had this kind of like weird spin-off thing, because Young Sheldon was like a multi-camera or something, right? Like it was like an actual show. It wasn't a sitcom, was it?
No, it was it was like a I don't even know how to explain it.
Because like unlike Big Bang Theory, it didn't have a laugh track.
Yeah, I was gonna say I looked at it like when I was watching the clips of it, it seemed more like a modern like Wonder Years or something. But yeah, and it's weird that it's crazy that they're going back to like sitcom again with the spinoff of the spinoff.
Yeah, so it is. Yeah, so yeah, I don't know which one's considered multicam and which one's considered like single cam.
Yeah, like, I think I said it wrong. I think you're right. I think Young Sheldon is single. I don't know. I don't know anything.
Yeah,
Mikey, I know you're listening. Weigh in.
No, the only other show that I know has done that has been that one on Netflix, the Kevin Can Go F Himself,
where they like switch.
Yeah, only when a certain character's in the room.
Yeah, that's awesome. I never saw the show, but I've seen clips of that, and that looks great. I like that girl. She was in Schitt's Creek.
Yeah, I'm actually in the middle of season 2 with that one, and it's pretty good.
I mean, listen, I'm late to the game, but I'm telling you, like, if you guys have Apple TV and have not watched Severance yet, please watch that show. It's so good. You definitely need to, like, I will say for you, Caleb, you need to like dedicate time. Like this is not one that you can just be like, let me just dip in and out of it. Like when you start an episode, you need to like be zoned in on it, and you got to just watch it all the way through. But it's very good. And it's directed by Ben Stiller. Like, who knew that guy was such a great director? Like, it looks amazing. Like, it's the story is. I was convinced it was based on a book, and there is a book called Severance, but it's not. That's not the story that they're doing. So it's all like. I love the fact that it's like all like original, like it's an original concept. So I don't know. Guys, watch Apple stuff, give them some money for once.
I think people are still mad at Apple for taking away the Peanuts specials and not having them on public TV anymore.
Yeah, Apple is kind of ass for that.
Dude, Apple's released some good shit though.
I've always wanted to check out Ted Lasso.
Oh,
that
that
dude.
so
we're on like season 2 or 3, I think. I literally have cried on every single episode. Like every episode, if not just a tear coming down, like a full on like I gotta be right back. Like it's very good.
Dude, so the house when we traveled to Utah, like when my dad passed, we were staying at a friend's house of my wife's friend, like family friend. Like we were staying at their house in their basement because they were out on they were on a trip or whatever, and they logged us onto their Apple TV. And so I like in the mornings, like before we left to go to my parents, I would wake up like really, really early because like we're 2 hours ahead. And so I'd wake up super early and then I'm like, you know what? And so I'd go and I'd watch a few episodes of Ted Lasso. So good, dude. So freaking good. That's like a perfect, like heartfelt that didn't make me feel too much of my own feels. Maybe like I felt feels for like the characters and stuff, but just kind of like distracted me enough. It was like so good. So good.
Yeah. I don't know what else Apple had. Like those are literally the only 2 things I know that Apple's done, but those 2, Severance and Ted Lasso, worth the price of admission.
Freaking hell yeah. There's another one I've been meaning to see. It's one with Anthony Mackie. He plays like a business man who like buys a
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, he buys like condos, or he buys like an apartment building or whatever, and he's trying to manage it, but then Nicholas Hoult comes in to work for him, and so but he has like a photographic memory or some shit, and so he's like, oh, we could use that to our advantage. So they basically use that to trick people into investing in the apartment building. Are like tricking them into thinking Nicholas Holt's the one that's running it when it's really Anthony Mackie.
What? Oh, sorry. I was looking. I was like, wait, because the first thing I saw was the studio, and I was like, it says he's only in 1 episode, but that's that Seth Rogen deal.
Is it the banker?
Yeah, the banker.
Yeah,
there it is.
Yeah, I think Samuel L. Jackson's in that too, isn't he?
Just find out.
Yep, he is.
Yeah.
Oh, so is Nia Long.
Yeah, but I've heard that one's really good too. Like Apple's got some good exclusive shit.
A-Train is in that show. Wait, I wonder if I think Beth might be watching this show. Anyway, sorry.
Is it a show?
I thought
it's a movie.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm still on the studio. Sorry. Or thinking of the studio.
No, you're good.
Is that the one where he? Okay, we just said it. Sorry, I'm with you guys. I'm back. Media res, we're here. I've heard everything you said, and I'm with it.
Yeah, but
sorry, I was just so stoked about this brave new world we're about to endeavor into.
Hell yeah! Speaking of, but before we get sidetracked once again, should we get into that?
Let's do it.
Hell yeah.
Hey, this is Mikey T.
And the Grant.
And Billiam.
and we are the Failing Hollywood Podcast. Yeah, we're a show that is real film crew with real cast that talks about real set stuff.
Like what it's like to work 70 hours in 1 week, overnights only.
And what it's like to bring coffee to actors.
And what it's like to sit in a bathtub with a toaster nearby and be like, maybe I'll just end it all.
What it's like to make love on a fake New York set when you're sitting in LA but wishing you were in Chicago.
Alrighty. If you guys are new to our breakdown system, we have split movies into 8 different categories that we individually score to come to a final All Bros and Untrained Eye letter grade. The 8 categories that we will be going through are story, writing, acting, character development, effects, music, costumes, and then we give it our own personal score at the very end. All of this gets magically added up and spit through our algorithm and gives us a letter grade to compare this movie to others of a similar grade. So, without further ado, Rose is going to spoil the entire movie for us in our favorite segment that we like to call Reading with Rose. So if you have not seen Captain America: Brave New World yet,
You dumb.
yeah, it's been a hot minute.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, I think we're closer to the release of Thunderbolts than we are the release of Captain America 4.
I mean,
at this
listen,
point.
if you haven't seen Captain America Brave New World, you saw all the coolest parts in the trailer.
And I gotta add, if you didn't watch Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I'm sure that you were confused as hell for at least a majority of the movie.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
My
Like-
nephews hadn't seen the show, so there was a couple of things that I had to be like, yeah, they it's fine, they know each other, don't even trip.
So, did you watch Falcon and Winter Soldier?
Me?
DJ? Yeah.
Yes.
What about you? But you didn't?
No, I did.
Oh, you did too?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
I was saying my nephew didn't, like, so they saw it and they were like, or actually, I don't know. Who cares? It wasn't hindering to watch the movie, but I also don't know if he cares either way. He went with his girlfriend, so I'm sure he was like, whatever, they're flying around, who cares?
Like I saw it with my buddy Ryan, and he said like because he didn't see Falcon and the Winter Soldier. It's like he said he was able to follow along like pretty well, but I'm sure if he would have watched Falcon and the Winter Soldier, it would have made it more enjoyable to like understand where certain characters came from, because especially for the new Falcon, Joaquin, and what's that one guy's name? America.
Oh, Isaiah Bradley.
Isaiah.
Yeah, Isaiah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like these two, you have no idea who the hell they are, and they're here. You're just like, where the hell did these two come from?
Listen, what's his face? Danny Ramirez, Joaquin Torres. He clearly did not leave a lasting mark in my brain, because they were showing him this guy. I'm like, when they started the movie, I was like, oh, I bet he's talking a lot. I bet he's going to be part of the movie. I bet.
Oh,
He's
dude,
talking
that
way too much for a background character.
oh my god, dude, we may have very different thoughts about this movie. It's just based off of what you guys are talking about now. Like, so I went to go see this with my wife on our anniversary. And she hadn't seen Falcon and Winter Soldier other than like some clips and stuff that I showed her, but
Mhm.
none of those clips really. It was just more action sequences than anything, and like Falcon's final suit and whatnot. But so she didn't really like know any of like the other characters and whatnot, or any of the story. The only thing that she was confused by, and we're getting into spoiler territory, so turn it off now if you haven't. Yeah, the only thing that she was confused by is the talk with Bucky when he had said that he should have taken the super soldier serum. She says that was the only part that was confusing to me because I was thinking like, wait, when did he have a chance to do that?
I mean, it would. By the way, I kind of forgot about that too. But that whole scene was confusing anyway. You know what? I'm sorry. We did not read with Rose yet. Let me stop. Rose, would you like to read or?
Yeah, before we get into more of.
I know. I feel like we're just
to.
going into it.
Yeah, we
I felt
skipped the whole reading with
taking a
Rose.
deep breath to do like a diatribe, and I'm like, all right, I need to stop.
All right. 5 months after Thaddeus Ross is elected president of the United States, he sends Sam Wilson and Joaquin Torres, the new Captain America and Falcon, respectively, to Oaxaca, Mexico to stop the illegal sale of classified items stolen by Sidewinder and his mercenary group, Serpent. Wilson and Torres recover the items, but Sidewinder escapes. Torres is excited to be taking on Wilson's former mantle of Falcon, but Wilson is hesitant to involve Torres in dangerous missions due to the pair not having superpowers like former Captain America Steve Rogers. After the mission, Wilson and Torres train with Isaiah Bradley, a super soldier who was imprisoned and experimented on by the U.S. government. Ross invites Wilson and Torres to a summit with world leaders at the White House, and Wilson accepts on the condition that Bradley is also invited. Ross asks Wilson to help him reform the Avengers. During the summit, Ross explains that a new metal, adamantium, has been discovered on Celestial Island, which was formed when the celestial Tiamat emerged in the Indian Ocean. The recovered items were the first refined samples of the metal and were stolen from a Japanese mining operation. To avoid an arms race, Ross proposes a treaty to govern adamantium's mining and distribution. As he is talking, the song Mr. Blue plays and causes several men, including Bradley, to begin shooting at Ross and other dignitaries. Apprehended by Ross's head of security, former Black Widow Ruth Bat we're just going to say Syrup. I don't know how to say that last name. The men regain their senses and deny any knowledge of the attack. While investigating, Wilson is ambushed by Sidewinder and captures him. Torres tracks a call on Sidewinder's phone to a hidden black site in West Virginia called Camp Echo 1. Ross tries to salvage the treaty, but the Japanese government blames him for the theft of their adamantium and the subsequent White House attack. Ross realizes that the mastermind behind these events is Dr. Samuel Stearns, who gained advanced intelligence after being exposed to the blood of Bruce Banner / Hulk during the Abomination's rampage through Harlem. Ross imprisoned Stearns at Camp Echo 1, publicly blamed him for the Abomination's actions, and promised to release him if Stearns helped advance him to the presidency. Wilson and Torres find Stearns and learn how he uses technology and the song Mr. Blue to control minds. He escapes while they are fighting mind-controlled soldiers. Ross sends Surapth, I don't know how to say that goddamn name, Surapth, to secure Camp Echo 1, where she finds and helps Wilson and Torres. The trio meet with Wilson's military friend, Dennis Dunphy, who has Sidewinder in custody. Wilson learns enough from Sidewinder to deduce Stearns' plans to destroy Ross's reputation. Wilson, Torres, and Bat Surapth go to the Celestial Island, where Ross and Nozaki, the Prime Minister of Japan, are racing to claim ownership of adamantium. Stearns takes control of the minds of 2 American pilots and makes them attack the Japanese fleet. Wilson and Torres intercept the planes and convince the Japanese to stand down, but Torres is critically injured in the fight. Ross tells Wilson that he is dying of heart failure and had Stearns develop pills that had prolonged his life. Ross refused to release Stearns for fear that he would no longer make the pills, leading to Stearns' anger and plans for revenge. Wilson is consoled by his friend Bucky Barnes, Bucky Barnes. Stearns kills Dunphy, who learned that the pills have been adding gamma radiation to Ross's body, and surrenders himself to Wilson. Stearns' arrest and connection to Ross are publicly revealed while the latter is at a press conference. Ross loses control of his emotions and transforms into a Red Hulk, destroying part of the White House. Wilson injures Ross enough that he can be reasoned with and reminds Ross of visits to Washington, D.C.'s cherry blossom trees with his estranged daughter, Betty. Ross reverts to normal. After the incident, Bradley is exonerated. Wilson invites a recovering Torres to join the Avengers, and the treaty is ratified. Ross resigns Ross resigns and has himself incarcerated at the raft where Wilson and Betty visit him. In a post-credit scene, an imprisoned Stearns warns Wilson of a coming attack from other worlds.
So, how's it going? No, I will say this. I was trying to like refresh myself, so I watched one of those like Easter eggs, what you might have missed videos that was like a freaking hour long. I just had it like going in the background. But one of the things they said that I didn't notice at the time, but I was like, it's like, how do they know to call it Celestial Island? Like, why would they call that a Celestial? Like, unless one of the Eternals came and was like, yo, what's up? It's a Celestial. Like, what are the odds that they would have picked Celestial?
That's a really good point. Because didn't they call it by name too?
I think so. I mean, they literally said it was like the Celestial Summit for Celestial Island. So it's like, all right, well, there you go.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of how. Obviously, like there's like I'm trying to think back to the Eternals and like who was left behind.
Well, what was Kumail's character? What was his name? He was the entertainer. He was like the actor. The hell was his name? Boy, we are some Marvel guys, huh?
I know the Eternals are such vague characters, though. Like
the only one that's coming to mind is Barry Keoghan's character, Druig. That's like the only one I can remember right now.
I remember Gilgamesh, but that wasn't.
Yeah,
we don't speak on his character.
Yeah,
we don't speak Keegan's name or whatever his name is after Saltburn. I can't.
Fair enough.
I mentioned Saltburn the other day, just jokingly, passingly in front of my wife, and she was like, "What is the matter with you? Why would you make me think of that movie ever again?" And I was like, "I mean, I had to." So,
all right. So Kumail Nanjiani was Kingo.
Yeah, he. I mean, he would. If there was ever going to be like an emissary of the Eternals, I would imagine it would be him. So I don't know. Maybe it was him.
That's what I was thinking too. Because the what was his face? The Celestial that was in charge of them.
Oh,
was like super peeved and took Cersei for sure. Icarus died, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Druig. I think he was still alive. He was on the ship though, wasn't he?
Yeah, it was. Didn't Druig? What's the speedster?
Makari,
and then Fastos. Didn't they go off together? Or wait, no. Or was Fastos?
No, not Fastos, because Fastos, Thena and Gilgamesh stayed with Fastos.
Oh yeah,
I think.
Wait, Gilgamesh died.
Gilgamesh died. Oh shit. Okay, so if Gilgamesh died, then Thena stayed with Fastos and Kingo, I believe. Maybe. Or what happened with Sprite?
She went off to just live as a regular kid.
Okay. And then we had like all these other randos. So Kingo, it very well could be that Kingo is the one that let it leak that they're Celestials, kind of let the human race know what's up.
Yeah,
Either that or Kit Harington's character could have gone out, and because he kind of got the gist of the story.
Kit Harington, is this the one that at the end of whatever movie he was? Isn't he the one whose character is never going to come to fruition?
Yeah. So he's the
It's
one
supposed to be
that.
the Black Knight, right, or something like that.
Yeah.
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 He got a freaking phone call from Mahershala Ali's Blade.
Who doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
Gosh, such bullshit.
Dude, I mean, the Marvel is, they really, I mean, what is it? The Russos have said this is, I don't know if they directly said it, but I think, what is it? Doomsday and Secret Wars is going to be kind of like a soft reset for the MCU. They are really not doing a great job up until now. Like, Deadpool and Wolverine was great. This movie, I watched it. Like, the Thunderbolts looks really good, but I don't know, man. I don't know anymore, because I was super stoked for this movie, and this was a strange movie. This was a movie that seemed like it was like, hey, you guys remember that other Captain America? He was like, what was it called? The Winter something? I don't know. Anyway, we're gonna try and do something like that. And it was not that. It was not.
That's exactly what Caleb said. He's just like, it was trying too hard to be the Winter Soldier.
Yeah,
And it wasn't. I mean, I know this thing got rewrites and reshoots to hell. So who knows what the actual original story was going to be, and maybe it was going to be better. But I don't know, man. This movie, I hated that they immediately made Isaiah the bad guy. Not the bad guy, but like, as soon as he got flashed and he started attacking the president, I was like, in the theater out loud, I was like, no. I was like, why? Don't do this to him. He just got back. Like, you can't do this to this guy. And they were like, we can, and we did. Check it out. He's going to be in jail for this whole movie.
Dude, I was pissed. I was so freaking heartbroken for him.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Like, man, like I was already super sad about like his character, because I remembered him like fairly well from Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yes.
So when he's just like, I can't go back there, Sam, I'm like, don't make him.
Yeah.
I'm like, please tell me you have a secret like flying suit and just take him away from all this.
Yeah, that was, I don't know. I mean, it was disappointing to see it happen. And I'm like, other than to display that, the phone flash and it can take over you with the song, like, there was no reason to do that. Like, you couldn't find anything for him to do, or just him be like, this is too much. This shit's getting too hot. I got to go back home, and just let him go and chill out. He had to go to jail. Like, come on, man.
Well, I think there's a little bit of like the justification for it is if Isaiah wasn't directly involved, I don't know if Sam would have involved himself as hard as he did. Because I think he would have tried to get involved, and then I think Ross, like, if he knew that it was just like a few people on his team, I think he would have been like, all right, whatever, like, we'll handle this internally, like, don't worry about it. I think that's what would have ended up happening with that. Like, I don't think Ross would have tried to bring him in, but I think it's because Isaiah's so closely attached to Sam, and Sam kind of knows like his backstory and everything, and like they have that connection, that's why he was so personally involved and invested in
There's got to be
getting him out.
Listen, everything you're saying is right, and I don't want it to be right, but it is. But I let him be an Overwatch or something, just keep him. Like, I get it. You can't have the old guy out there doing old guy stuff all the time. They were going to sideline him no matter what. And that's not what I'm upset about. It's making him the bad guy and having to have his name cleared right away. I'm like, there's no other way to do this, huh? Couldn't have like stolen his sister or something. I don't know. Put Bucky in danger, anything. Like, just, I don't know. I liked Isaiah in the show, and it was just like, it seemed like a too easy way to just get this person from the show cameoed in the movie and then just get him out of here. I don't care how, just get him out of here. And yeah, I did not enjoy that.
Yeah. I think it was always super convenient that he was always kind of by himself instead of with everybody else that was involved. Like, it's like they had like 6 people or like 5 or like 5 or 6 people that were all like under investigation for this bullshit, and all of them were in one room except for Isaiah. Like, are you shitting me? Like, that's so dumb.
Yeah.
What did you guys think of Harrison Ford as the president?
I really liked him. I feel if anyone had to take over the role, I think that he was a really good choice. I think people give Harrison Ford too much shit nowadays, like saying like, oh no, he doesn't care. He's phoning it in a lot for his performances now. I disagree. Especially in this movie, I feel he wasn't, and in the last Indiana Jones movie, I feel he wasn't phoning it in. If he actually really cares about the project, like he does give it his all still. And I feel with this one, he definitely did.
I think he was the perfect one to kind of play someone that's past their prime, just kind of like rolling with the punches, but he still has like that intensity about him. Like when he was starting to get like mad and everything, like you bought it. Like you'd understand why people are afraid of him.
Yeah.
Like even without the Red Hulk.
I am old enough to remember when he was yelling at people to get off his plane as the president. And what was it, Air Force One or whatever that movie was? So yeah, it was actually crazy to see him. I mean, I'm sure he's played the president in other movies since then, but like that was like my first thought as I was like, get off my plane.
I almost wanted him to be like, get off my ship.
Yeah. It wasn't me. It was the one-armed man. What was I going to say about him? Yeah, I liked him. I will say that the part at the end was kind of weird, where Liv Tyler showed back up and was like, "Hey, what's up, Pop?"
Dude,
was like,
super.
They really tried to make sure that you remember that the Incredible Hulk was a movie.
Yeah, and it's like,
real.
I remember. It's fine. We got it. Hey, if you really want me to remember, have Ed Norton show up and be like, "Hey, it's me, David Banner. I'm Bruce's long lost cousin."
Dude, I will say though, what like the way that he was just kind of slowly being poisoned into a Hulk was pretty ingenious.
Yeah.
Like I loved that. And honestly, I liked a lot of stuff about the leader. Like Tim Blake Nelson.
His design looked
Brother.
Like I'm with you. I really liked how they set him up and the way that they told his story throughout the movie. But freaking when they do that reveal when he's talking to Sam, I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck is that?
Dude, for real. You know how pissed I was? Because all the promotional shit, he looked amazing.
Yeah.
Like, have you guys seen any of that stuff?
I think you sent me a couple of things.
Okay. Freaking, hold on. I'm going to pull this up real quick.
So much better, yeah. Yeah, DJ, you got to see this.
Yeah, so this is the promotional shit. This is the pop figure that is still out in circulation right now. And this is all the promo art that they had for the leader. He looks amazing. And they freaking scrapped it for who knows what reason.
I mean, wasn't he? I feel like I saw a comparison of him from the comic, and in the comic, I feel like he's more like grotesque looking. So maybe that's, I don't know.
I thought in the comics he like is a lot closer to this.
So yeah, well, there's different like iterations of him. Like there's definitely like um there's versions of him that has like that smooth, where it's a little bit more smooth and he looks relatively normal, which I think that's the vibe that they were going for in those promotional images. But there are other versions where he does have kind of like, it's more veiny and like and warped and
brain head.
whatnot. Yeah, and I genuinely think like if all they needed to do was give him the big head. Like if
'Cause, yeah,
you
there's
give
even
him the
this
big
one.
head, make it all like
You know what I think
Yeah.
it is? I feel
well,
like
that's the same image. I
the
think.
big head thing,
it's a
though.
little different.
I feel like MODOK kind of ruined big head CG characters for Marvel for a while, because I mean, I don't remember what you guys thought about MODOK in Ant-Man, but like
I don't like to talk about MODOK and Ant-Man because it just like totally just destroyed the character.
I wanted to like that movie, but like MODOK did look like hot ass, like just not good.
Dude,
If
you
you
know
guys
what
want
they
to be reminded of how bad it looks, there you go.
I honestly like.
disgusting.
I that was actually something that I liked. Like I liked the fact that he looked like grotesque because like I feel like if he was more of like the big head, smooth, like because if you look at like the pictures of him, he almost looks like regal looking. Not regal, but you know what I mean? Like he looks like he's like put together a little bit. Like that version looks like someone that had been, you know, kept in an off-grid on an off-grid government site, you know, basically in the basement for, you know, all those years. You would almost expect like some grotesque rat looking thing. And I thought that was, you know, another way of showing like how you could be corrupted by that like Hulk blood. Like it's not just all muscles and jumping through the White House. Sometimes you look like a basically a mutant.
Dude, like this is what I would have preferred them to do. Like even go like I know what you said about MODOK. The issue with MODOK is they didn't go grotesque. Like they didn't make him as grotesque as he needed to be. And I think that they overcorrected with the leader, where they made him like overly grotesque. But I agree with you. I liked like his face, and I liked the veiny head and everything. I still just wanted his head to be like
Longer.
And like large. Like give us that. Like give us like the concept art, but then make it like all veiny and like with the bulges and whatnot. Give us that.
Yeah.
And then the same shit with the face where it's like kind of disfigured. Like give us that. Like just give us the character that we know. That's like the MCU's biggest problem, that like you give us inklings of the character that we know, but you don't freaking go balls to the wall. We're past, like, if Deadpool and Wolverine has proven anything, we like comic accurate more than anything.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, in fairness to that, wasn't Brave New World supposed to initially come out like years ago? Like, weren't they done? And then there was like,
yes, because I think it was supposed to come out before Deadpool and Wolverine, but the whole like reshoot thing happened, title change,
Well, wasn't
all
that
that
writer's
shit.
strike shit?
Yeah,
it was also that too. Yeah,
because wasn't it originally called like New World Order or something?
Yeah.
And then they changed. Yeah. So, and I was just hearing something too today about them talking about the former widow that was the president's, you know, right hand, and like in the comics she was a Israeli Mossad agent, and they were like, that might not be the greatest thing to have right now in this current climate.
Yeah, listen, making her a former Black Widow, perfect.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that, you know, it was
sense.
great. But like they were talking about too, like even when with the introduction to her, like you could see that scene had been like chopped to death because clearly there was supposed to be, because they said, I think the official word was like, yeah, she was never going to be a Mossad agent. And it's like, oh, then why was the only thing that you said like she was an Israeli? End of scene. Bye. We're going somewhere else now.
Yeah. Like, I understand having like work within the MCU. You guys have been around for 20 plus years. Like, freaking, like, work around the shit that that you've already created.
Well, listen, I think that as my what I have named myself today, Kang is greater than Doom. I think that might have actually been like Jonathan Majors, all the trouble that he was in at the time, and them, shuffling everything around away from Kang. Like, I feel that was like because really that was like the MCU's, that was like their first like actual like huge scandal, right? Like there was nothing scandalous that happened with any of the other actors other than maybe like Terrence Howard, but that's like, I wouldn't call that major.
Wasn't he he was just asking for more money,
Yeah.
and they didn't want to pay him, so they recasted Don Cheadle.
Oh yeah,
I think the biggest one would probably be Edward Norton, and it's just because he was such a bitch during the editing process.
Yeah, I mean, it's whatever. I love Ed Norton. You can't make me hate that guy, but that was that's dumb. But I say all that to say, like, I feel like that was them shifting away from Kang and not recasting him, like, or just doing the wait and see, and we'll just not talk about it until everything is like settled, and go from there. Like, that has been I mean, I'm sure someone can double check the timeline and I'm wrong, but I feel like that since then the MCU overall has been like, we're going to try and play it as by the numbers and as safely as we can, instead of just kind of flying by the seat of our pants like we used to. And I don't know, it's not equaling good product.
Dude,
It just sucks.
will say that. I'm just going to say this. I think we're entering the age of DC.
We'll see. I mean, listen, I love James Gunn, and I have every bit of faith in the Superman movie. It's got to be so good, though. It's got to be. Yeah. It can't just be good. It's got to be so good. And if anyone can do it, it's James Gunn.
Everything I've seen about it so far, I am genuinely impressed.
Yeah,
Marvel needs to get their act together. Like,
well, he sharpened his steel at Marvel and was like, let me go ahead and make the greatest trilogy this franchise has ever seen. And you don't like me anymore, you want to try and cancel me? Cool, I'm out. I'm gonna go make DC new again and bright, shining. We're gonna get away from all the grit and the grime, and we're just gonna stand in the sunshine. And I memean, it seems to be working pretty good so far. So
it's working amazingly, dude. Like, the shit that he's pulling off, and the way, like, it's not even necessarily like what he's pulling off too. It's the methodology behind it too. He's like, we don't greenlight shit without a script.
That's good.
And I'm like, perfect. And he says, we have like an order of operations of where we want to go. We have an idea for the overarching story, but we're not greenlighting nothing until we have a script. Like,
wait,
you guys, that we want to walk down, but
you guys will know this. I heard from an unreliable source that Batman 2 is not happening anymore. Is that real?
Not that I know of. Matt Reeves is just still working on the script.
Okay, good.
Because I think that's one of the other projects that's like going to be separated from James Gunn's stuff.
That falls into the same area as the Joker movies.
Yeah, Elseworlds.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Have I been on since Joker Poliatois came out? If I haven't, I just need to, just since we're talking about comic books, that movie was so bad. No, I wasn't. I don't think I have been because I listened to your guys' episode about it. That movie.
And you were just like, Rose, what the fuck are you talking about?
I
It was not
seriously
good.
was in my truck like, what movie did you watch? I watched a completely different bad movie. And for anyone who is like, oh, you just don't like singing, that is not why the movie was bad. Not even a little bit.
dude.
It was the movie part of the movie. It was what I watched with my eyes that was no good. All the other parts were good. Getting to the TV and going like, man, I can't wait to watch Joker. After Joker was over, and I was like, I can't believe I just watched Joker. Those parts were good.
Yeah, that shit's all. I think, that shit's all going to be separated. And I think James Gunn's just honoring a contract with Matt Reeves.
The Pattinson thing, though, like, I did not expect to like that Batman as much as I did. And if it all is ending with this second Batman, like there's not going to be anything after that, it is a tragedy, because that will really be like the biggest loss that we get from the old guard going to the new, because I mean, listen, I talked just as much shit as anybody. I was like, this freaking vampire is going to be Batman, get out of my face. And I was wrong. I eat my words. I'm sorry. I know you're listening, Robbie Pattinson. I'm the worst. I know it. I'm going to see Mickey 17. Yeah, it was so good. It makes my heart hurt that he's not going to keep doing it into infinity.
Yeah.
Anyway, we watched a different movie, Brave New World. It was brave.
Yeah. Well, no, just getting back into it. But yeah, I think with as hot, just saying, like, this is the high hopes that I have for James Gunn's Superman. I believe that that's going to spark the DC era. And I hope that this kicks Marvel in the ass hard enough for them to get their act together, because they've just made mistake after mistake after mistake. Like, they've, with a few gems in the middle, like with Deadpool and Wolverine, gem. I'm hoping Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four are gems. But yeah, freaking scrapping the whole Kang situation, and then moving on to Doctor Doom, not a horrible idea. Okay, like, if you don't want to do Kang, like, moving on to Doom, that'd be sick. Like, especially with the introduction of the Fantastic Four, casting Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom, mistake.
Yeah,
Like,
I really was rooting for Cillian Murphy. I would have loved to have seen him as Doctor Doom.
Yeah, dude, have you seen I don't know if these are real. Have you seen the behind, like, the images supposedly of Robert Downey as Doctor Doom?
I saw one, and I don't believe it, because it looks like an aged version of him. Is it concept art, or was it actually like a behind the scenes?
That I don't know.
Because I think what I saw was like a concept of him as like an aged, like he had like longer gray hair, and like I think he had like a grayish beard or something, and he was in the Doctor Doom suit. Like, it looked cool, but it's like, this seems like a
here. It was this.
I think that is what it is.
I very much dislike this.
Yeah, that looks dumb.
That seems very, though, like X-Men, like original X-Men-esque suit. Like, I can't believe that's real.
That just implied, like, they're just like, oh, he was Iron Man, so like we have to imply that some way into the suit.
Yeah, like, that's my problem with it. I'm like, the suit itself, like, okay, but it looks like it has an arc reactor.
It does.
Like, what is up with that?
Yeah.
Honestly, I think the biggest problem with Robert Downey Jr. being Doctor Doom is that we know it's going to happen. Like, I get that they had to say something because they're like, our Kang guy is gone, and we want to make people not think about that. But if they wanted to do this should have been a reveal, not what you're hanging the movie on.
Yeah,
in my mind.
I'm pissed off at the Russos, and the fact that they're coming back for this movie is slightly aggravating to me.
Why? Because they said they were done. They're like, we've told our story. And then they backed up the freaking 2 dump trucks of money. And they were like, I was inspired the other day and I was just thinking of calling you guys. It's so weird that you came here.
Dude, it's so annoying. Don't get me wrong. Their movies aren't bad. But what they did, I will never forgive them for what they did to Hulk. And the fact that Marvel has continued to run with it when they had the perfect out in She-Hulk. Getting back into Brave New World, it pissed me off how good Red Hulk was.
Oh, you mean at the end? Because from the trailer, I was like, oh, we're gonna get some White House getting crashed immediately. And I was like, I swear to God, I was like 3/4 of the way through the movie, and I was like, is Red Hulk in this movie? Like, what are we doing here? Like, is this ever gonna happen? And like, what you were saying earlier about how you liked how the slow burn of like getting him amped up over the years with gamma radiation. Like, couldn't we have told that story at the beginning? Because did we really need to ramp through the whole entire movie to be like, he's still taking those pills, I bet, and then wait until the end to have a 7-minute fight that that was why I thought we were going to the movies. Is to see Red Hulk in there just get crazy through the whole thing. And nope, just sun's getting low or whatever version they did in this one. The jasmine poppies they're falling quick. Your daughter, she'd be so sad. Oh, she would be sad. Let me turn back into Harrison Ford again.
Dude, this movie had all the parts of something really great.
Yeah.
Like,
that's the whole thing now.
It is. It truly is. Like, this would have been so much better had it been like I'm thinking, like, this is what I'm thinking. This is just like top of my head. If it was like on the news, there are rumors of a Hulk on the loose.
Yes.
And then it's just, but they like everyone knows it's not Banner, like, because he's off world or whatever. Like, it's not him, and so it's just like, okay, like, what the hell is it? And then boom, we have a Red Hulk, like Red Hulk comes out, like, explodes and everything, and then they're like, all right, like, we need to recruit someone, like, get someone on this. They get Sam Wilson to like kind of do an investigation, try to find out who Red Hulk is. But I think where Harrison Ford would have needed to be involved in all of it, but then he would have been mind controlled by the leader and just been completely unaware that he was the Red Hulk until like that scene where he's like boom, like at the podium.
Or they could have kept the same idea, and he's like, hey, I kept the leader around because I was exposed to whatever, and he's helping me. He thinks that the leader is helping him, suppress the Hulk, and oops, turns out he was just making it stronger or whatever, making it to where he could control it. Like I don't know. It was so disappointing that everything I was waiting to see was at literally the last 10 minutes of the movie.
Yeah. It was kind of a letdown, unfortunately. Like, I think the story was like I said, it was going too hard for a Winter Soldier vibe. And I think it had the potential, but it was trying, I don't know. It was mimicking Winter Soldier, and when it could have been its own thing, like its own like investigation, instead of like straight up like this is literally like what, like, Captain America goes to like a black site and finds villain. That happens in both Winter Soldier and Brave New World.
Yeah.
Well, that was a lot of the things I saw, and some of those things that I watched was like everything was an homage to another Captain America movie. And it's like, hey man, this isn't Steve Rogers. Like, they even made a whole point of saying you're not Steve Rogers. Like, he needs his own elevator moment that's not in an elevator. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't need to be like a 1-for-1 thing, but like he needs his thing that people aren't like, wow, that's what Steve Rogers did and he did it too, but different because he's got wings. Like, let him have his own thing.
I will say, arguably my favorite part of Captain America: The Winter Soldier is just seeing the like the birth of Falcon, like how Sam Wilson turns into Falcon, and just the relationship between Cap and Falcon. I just love that. It's my favorite part of the movie, and so I wasn't shocked that in this one, story-wise, that was probably my favorite part as well, just seeing this new Captain America and this new Falcon have to work together, and also watching Joaquin just like get into the role of Falcon and getting his feet wet and just all that stuff. So like when it comes to like positives, I will have to say that's one of my biggest ones when it comes to story.
But like what you said there, like I didn't even realize it until you just said it. Like that the balance that they had in Winter Soldier between Cap's relationship to Bucky and his relationship to Anthony Mackie, like it was balanced well. You cared about those relationships. Granted, they had more time to present themselves before that movie showed up, but that could have happened in this movie between Cap and Isaiah, and then him and New Falcon. Like, you could have had those dynamics happening again, to where you're like, oh, I even though I don't really know these characters that much, like, you could have clearly written that in a way that you would love those characters and like love that they were together. Like, the only part of that whole movie that I was like, oh, look, there's an old MCU writer, is when they were at that base and New Falcon, I can never remember his name, like just over the intercom, he played that Mr. Blue. And they were like, what the hell are you doing? And he's like, we know nobody's infected now. Like, that was a great moment, and that was like classic MCU, and it made me happy and sad, because I was like, this was good. Like, that was an actually good joke. That was like a fun part of this movie, and it was over like that.
Yeah, I really dug the relationship between Cap and Falcon in this one, like, a lot. Like, I really liked Joaquin Torres.
Yeah, he was really good.
Yeah, but I get, like, just getting into like the grade and everything. Like, this was below average for me. Like, it's barely cracking 70s. Like, I'm at a 70.
Damn.
Like, I came into this like, there's a lot about this movie that I do like in other aspects, like the effects. Like, I loved the action sequences. Like,
yeah, dude, at the beginning, like when like how he was flying, blocking stuff, like with his wings, sorry, go ahead.
No. Like, yeah, like that exactly. Like, I loved when he's like,
he had his Iron Man moment.
He's fighting different. Like, he's fighting different than Steve Rogers. And
Yes.
like the action sequences I didn't necessarily care for was like the one in the bunker. I'm like, I don't give a shit about him like beating all these guys up. Like,
was it
that was Steve's thing.
Wait, in the bunker? Or I thought was it in a bunker, or was there another one like in like a church or something, or like some kind of, what am I thinking of, where he was just straight up fighting? Like, he was just that big dude like ripped his wings off, or ripped his
Wasn't that in the church?
Did he rip his wings?
I don't know if he ripped his wings.
Yeah, because I was going to say, because he has freaking
Wakandan wings now.
Wakanda wings.
He did something. There was something that happened. There was some reason why he couldn't fly around anymore. That big, like, hulking dude.
Oh yeah, like he fought that one guy in the church, and then yeah.
Is that so? That's not what you were talking about. What was the bunker?
No,
fight?
the one where they met the leader, and the leader like basically brainwashed all of the guards and everything, and then he like sending them in like waves and stuff, and he's just like,
because
"Yo,
they weren't
that's a
even
lot,
suited
shit ton
up.
of people."
So
Yeah, and it was like right when Ruth came to save their asses.
yeah.
I do vaguely remember that now.
Yeah, like any fights where he was on the ground for a majority of the fight, I didn't care for. Like the one in the church, I didn't mind too much because he like there was some jokes and stuff where he's just like, oh shit.
Well, I mean, to counter that, I actually didn't mind that because it is showing how versatile he is. Like, he can do all the Cap stuff, plus, he can block missiles with his wings.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I would have liked to see him with his wings, but having to fight like these crazy amounts of people in a tight space where he can't fully extend. Like, I think it would have been funny to see him try and like torpedo himself with the shield. Where he just kind of like leans down and just like fires off and like straight up just tries to torpedo, and I don't know, like can't use the full wingspan because it's like. But I think it would have been fun to see him try and fight with wings inside like a corridor.
Yeah, Marvel is good for a good hallway fight. I would have liked to have seen that.
Yeah, but it made me think to like that scene where he's like taking on that plane and he just puts his wings out in front of him and then covers his head with the shield and everything. I'm like, that was
dope
sick.
looking.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I didn't even mind the like the whole Black Panther, like the build up. Like you know how like when his wings would take damage, he could use it to blast people. Like I liked that.
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, I thought that was a really fun kind of a callback just because Wakandan technology.
Yeah.
But yeah, story wise, like I said, sitting at a 70. Like it was close to being in the 60s, honestly.
Personally, I'm actually higher than you, Caleb. I'm at a 72. I definitely agree with all that you said. It's definitely not a great story, but I still feel for a Captain America story. I still had a good time, and I don't really have anything else to add from what we've talked about. Just slightly above you.
Where are you at, DJ?
I am also at 70. I can't. We've talked it to death. It's fine.
All right, moving on over to writing. I'm a little higher on this. I'm still. I need to talk it out a bit, but I'm debating being in like the 80s with that one. Maybe.
That's fair.
I thought a lot of the dialogue was pretty solid.
I agree. A lot of the exchanges were fantastic. Every exchange between Sam and Joaquin was fantastic. I loved these two together just as much as I touched upon earlier. Just as much as I love the exchange between Steve and Sam, I love the exchanges between Sam and Joaquin. Fantastic together. What else do I want to say? All of Harrison Ford's monologues, or Thaddeus Ross's monologues, were freaking insane. Like that, the monologue before he gets shot at, amazing. That was great. Loved that. And I feel I don't know about you guys, but what were your thoughts on what the leader would say? What were your guys' thoughts?
I liked his dialogue.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't know. Like I thought he was a good villain. Like overall, like I obviously like how he looked was a problem, but and maybe some of the stuff that he tried pulling was a little convoluted. But overall, like I didn't mind him as a villain. Like I really liked him. I loved Tim Blake Nelson.
Oh yeah, fantastic actor. It's amazing.
I wish he would have gotten to be a little bit more leader-like though, because leader's a little bit more. I don't know. He's like unapologetically. Like, I don't know. Like, it's hard to explain the leader. Like, he just kind of doesn't care about casualties. So, like, with him apologizing to some people, I'm like, that's a little odd for the character, but I don't hate it.
Yeah.
Like, so it's just like little things like that, like little, like minor gripes. One of my favorite bits of dialogue was between Bucky and Sam when Joaquin was in the.
Dude, I actually started shedding some tears during that scene. That was powerful, man.
Yeah, that shit was good.
DJ, what are your thoughts? Are you okay?
Did we lose you?
If you guys are talking to me, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I cannot hear you guys at all, and I was trying to fix this while you guys were talking, and I'm gonna still try and do that.
I straight up thought you were just trying to like track down a bug that was in your room.
He can't hear us.
Oh shit. But no, like,
let's see. Go more into dialogue. Dude, my favorite thing is when Sam was asking Bucky whether or not it was a mistake that he didn't take some like the super soldier serum, and Bucky was like you're not Steve, like you don't have to be Steve, be your own Captain America, like all that good shit. And then in the fight with Hulk or with Red Hulk, he's just like, don't take the super soldier serum. What kind of bullshit was that?
that was fantastic.
Yeah, I freaking love that.
Oh man.
But I
Yeah,
don't know.
going
Like I
back
liked everyone's
to-
dialogue.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was really good. Going back to though, like I don't know, maybe this is a story thing, but like maybe writing. What you mentioned how like the other four men were in a different cell than Isaiah, and then when I forget who comes to shoot them, do you remember who it is?
Yeah, it was a cop. It was one of the cops
Yeah, it
that
was a
got mind controlled.
Yeah, so freaking he's able to, open the door and kill all those four, but then he doesn't make it to Isaiah's cell. So like during with what you said, like
Yeah, can you say
why the
plot
hell
armor?
Yeah, like why the hell wasn't Isaiah put with these other four men? Is he that special?
Yeah, it was
He is
so
a super soldier.
yeah, exactly. But it's just like, but I mean, he's in the same prison.
Yeah. the cell right next to them.
Yeah, like what kind of stupid shit was that?
By the way, you guys are just making my case for why was he in jail to begin with. Just make him anything else. He would have been a great Overwatch, or a guy that was like, I can't make it. How am I going to? And then boom, Isaiah shows up and is like, I'll punch him real hard for you. That's what I used to do a lot. Punch. And there you go.
Cool to see him suited up.
Yes.
Oh, that would be awesome.
You mean not in prison garb, or
Yeah, like kind of yeah, if he like see him in his like classic super or his Captain America outfit. Because have you seen Isaiah Bradley's like Captain America uniform?
Mm-mm.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, so his is more like imagine like the scales, like Captain America's scales.
Yes.
So it's kind of like that. Like so it's like that top, but it's short sleeve instead of long sleeve. He's got like has red gloves. Kind of the same deal, stars and stripes, like everything's like Captain America-esque, like the blue pants, he's got the utility belt, like the star stripes, and he's got the scales and everything. The only difference on his helmet, it's more like a bandana, like a full like a helmeted like bandana.
That's kind of awesome.
Yeah, it's freaking like it's freaking sick. Like everything about like Isaiah Bradley's like Captain America is freaking like awesome, but again, like the only difference is instead of like the white to the gloves, it's just skin. Like on Steve Rogers, like where he has like the blue shoulder, white sleeve, and then red gloves. It's just the blue shoulder, like kind of cut off at the bicep, and then it's just his skin, and then the red gloves. And then his shield is shaped like Cap's was before he got his round shield.
Oh, so like the actual like a shield.
Yeah, and I think it was just silver. Like it didn't have any like stars and stripes on it. It was just a silver shield.
That's dope.
Yeah. So I think it would have been kind of cool to see him suited up, but unfortunately, I don't think they're ever going to go.
Maybe we'll see it in Secret Wars.
Maybe. That'd be a cool like little cameo, like while they're going through the multiverse. That'd be a cool thing to see. Just if Isaiah Bradley's Captain America was like the Captain America.
I mean, they put Captain Britain or whatever Haley Atwell's deal was. Like, why not?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
But yeah, dialogue wise, I think I did talk myself up to being in the 80s. So I'm sitting at an 80.
I think I'm gonna match you at that. Yeah, I agree with that.
You know what? I'm not gonna rock the boat too much. I'm just gonna also go 80. Now I'm gonna let that one joke I talked about earlier just carry me up.
Yeah. Gosh, I'm trying to think of like other shit that they had.
I mean, it was good. I like Sam and Thaddeus's dialogue. Like they showed it in the trailer, but it was like one of the cooler parts of the movie, I thought, whenever they had that back and forth. Right. By the way, right after he was like, I want you to start the new Avengers. Like, wow, that's cool. He's like, also, you're not that guy. Like, wait,
You're not that guy, dude. You're not that guy.
Hey, you're not that guy. So, by the way, thank you, Rose, for getting that. I thought I was just going to say that to the void. So yeah, that was like confusing, but also I was like, all right, let's see what you got there, Sammy boy.
Dude, you know another like real quick thing that I really liked about this movie? It's such a small little thing, but this movie made me realize how sick and tired I am of nanotech suits.
Yeah, fair.
Like the fact that like that Sam's suit, like his first suit, like gets all like ripped up and everything, and he's like, "Oh, gotta go get a new one," and then he's like packing it in a bag, and then he's like, "All right, now we gotta go change," like like doing all that shit. I'm like, God, like I freaking love this shit.
Did you
like
see?
It made sense, like with the helmet that he had to like have the nanotech helmet because one Wakandan technology, but everything else about it, I'm just like, yes. Like that he has to put it on, and it's like a struggle, and like love that shit.
Yeah.
Somebody did an interview with Charlie Cox. Is that the guy who plays Daredevil?
Yeah.
And Vincent D'Onofrio, and he was like, the interviewer was like, I just want to make my plea right now. Please, if you have any say so at all, do not let them make your suit into nanotech. He's like, just don't do it. And they were both kind of like, well, why? And he's like, you are the street level hero. Like, you can't, like, it doesn't make sense for you to all of a sudden be like, yeah, and all of a sudden I can just keep my suit and my ring or whatever. And it's there. It's like, it's your deal. Like, you get down and dirty. Like, you would not He's like, I don't see you having nanotech. And both, like, I feel like whenever you can get Vincent D'Onofrio to go like, okay, yeah. And even he was like, yeah, that's actually a really good point. Yeah, I like that.
Dude, I just saw behind the scenes pictures of his suit, of Charlie Cox's suit for season 2 of this new Daredevil.
Mm-hmm.
So they went with the black suit with
That's
red, and he's getting the 2 Ds.
Oh,
That's awesome.
Yeah, but so it's black. It's a all black suit with the red highlights, and then the Ds are in red too. It looks sick.
That is dope.
That is awesome.
Yeah,
That makes me want to have like an old school Ninja Turtles movie, like the old like Eastman like black and white style. Sorry, go ahead.
I mean, if we could go and remake the third live action Ninja Turtles movie, I'd be okay with that.
Whoa,
dude,
whoa,
completely unrelated.
Okay, wait. Before you even say that, we will have no blaspheming of Turtles in Time. Okay,
You like Turtles in Time?
that hit me right at the spot. Like, I literally went from, as a child, I had the cartoon, and then like just as I was becoming a person, they were like, "Do you want to see it in real life?" And I was like, "Oh, you're damn right I do." And they were like, "Look, they even say words like damn and hell. Check it out."
Okay, the first two, the first one and Secret of the Ooze, fantastic, especially Secret of the Ooze. That is next to TMNT. That's probably my second favorite Ninja Turtles movie.
Easily.
But I'm sorry, I despise the third live action Ninja Turtles movie. I hate that movie.
Listen, we're two sides of the same coin, because you love Joker and I think it's the worst thing ever, and I love Turtles in Time and you think it's the worst thing ever. Listen, it's fine. It's fine. We're both right.
Okay, really quickly, I do have a question. Have you seen TMNT, the animated one?
Is that the one? I might have seen a piece of it. Is that the one where it starts where they're like, it's animated, right?
Yeah,
and it starts with like Michelangelo or something has to go through a portal or something.
No,
there's like anyway, sorry, continue. TMNT.
No, the TMNT starts with Leonardo in the jungle.
No, I have not seen it.
Okay.
If
you can.
What is it streaming on?
I don't know if it's streaming on anything. It might be on HBO.
I'll look it up.
Okay. If it is, please watch that movie, because that is such an underappreciated Ninja Turtles movie. Like, TMNT is so fucking good. The relationship, the way that they portray the relationship between Leonardo and Raphael is perfection. It is amazing. Like Donatello and Michelangelo.
Anywhere.
Damn it. Donatello and Michelangelo kind of get sidelined a little bit, and that, hurt me because, Donatello is my favorite, but it is justified for where they take Leo and Raph. Because, oh my God, I fucking love that movie so much. Sorry.
No, listen, I'm good with it. I just remember as a little kid watching, maybe I wasn't a little kid. I was, well, you know what, for the story, as a little kid, I was watching Turtles in Time, and I don't know. I've always been a sucker for a time travel movie. I grew up with a kid in King Arthur's Court. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just all the Back to the Futures. I like a time travel story, and it was all about helping out these old Chinese kids or whatever. I don't really remember the movie, but I just remember they had a magical scepter, which I thought was awesome, and I always wanted one when I was a kid. And they never did make that toy, by the way. Just I don't know why.
Which really baffles me. Like, how has NECA not made that yet?
That's insane. Yeah, I would buy. By the way, I would hang it right over there somewhere near Caleb's handiwork.
Dude, totally unrelated. Have you guys seen the Black Ops 6 Ninja Turtle skins?
Yes.
Yeah.
Those are
Yeah.
I have never purchased a bundle faster. I bought Leonardo immediately, like the day
Hell yeah.
it came out.
like, just, I don't, to further go off the trail, I don't play Fortnite at all. Okay, but when they announced, I don't know if you guys heard the good news, they have the all the Adventure Time folks on there now, Jake and Finn and Marceline and Princess Bubblegum. I was like, I really did open up my little Switch and re-download Fortnite, and I just looked at it and I was like, am I gonna buy I'm gonna buy some skins right now that I'm probably never gonna use? Like, I do not play Fortnite, but I was really like, maybe this is my in.
Dude, I've been getting into, like, my buddy at work has got me into
Bros?
playing PUBG.
Wow, that's still a thing. I used to, I thought PUBG, because that and Fortnite came out at the same time, and I played both when they came, and I was like, well, PUBG is where it's at. Winner, chicken dinner, like, where it's everything's there. Like, this is how we roll. And no, absolutely not.
So apparently, like, so this is according to my buddy. He has been playing this, like, PUBG since it came out on, like, he was one of the beta players.
That's hilarious. I love this guy.
And so he's been getting me into this game, and he's like, yeah, there was a period of time where it kind of sucked. And he says, but you power through. And he's like now it's like super fun. And so, like, when I'd play with my brothers, like, we would play Call of Duty or like Halo or whatever, but they like, for whatever reason, like, life got in the way, and so they stopped getting on Sunday. So I was like, I don't have anyone to play with, and he's like, you should download this, like, we'll play. Like, I'm always down to play PUBG, and I'm like, all right, like, I'll give it a shot. He, like, ran me through the basics and everything. Like, I freaking love that game now. Like, it's really good. Like, it's fun. I actually have been playing it, like, when I play solo, like, I actually pretty consistently get within, like, the top 10. And because he's like, your play style, like, because he'd played Call of Duty with me and my brothers, and he says the way that you try to play in Call of Duty, you would be really good in PUBG. And I'm like, what do you mean? And he's like, because you like to camp. And he says, you like to camp. You have, like, one or two weapons that you, like, rely on really heavily, and they're usually snipers. And he's like, you would do really well with a game like PUBG. And I'm like, I don't know. So when I finally downloaded it and, like, kind of got, like, he would tell me, he's like, all right, these are the weapons that you always want to try and find. And he's like, you either want this or you want this. Like, you always want, like, an SMG. Like, so he ran me through everything that he thought that I do really well with. And I was like, okay. And he's, God damn it if he wasn't right. Like, I play now, and like I said, consistently, like, pretty consistently within the top 10 at least, because I freaking snipe and I'm, like, always crawling. Like, people can't see me for shit, dude.
I'm glad that game is still getting played. I used to love that game, and yeah, I haven't played it in years now. I wasn't a beta tester, but you
you should try giving it a shot, dude. Like, we have, like, we have like a group and stuff, or what do they call it? A clan.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can have, like, a bunch of friends in a clan. Like, we should, if you want to give it another go.
You heard it here first, folks. Caleb is trying to induct me into some kind of clan.
Dude, oh man, I had the same freaking comment about it when he was just like, oh yeah, we're starting up a clan, and I'm like, they couldn't have come up with anything better to call it.
Yeah, you get you
Oh.
can't be not in this political climate. I'm just hanging out with some buds.
Anyway, getting back on track.
Back to Big Head
Getting
Jones.
into the acting. Starting off, we got Anthony Mackie, who played Sam Wilson, Captain America. We got Harrison Ford, who played President Ross / the Red Hulk. We got Danny Ramirez, who played Joaquin Torres / the New Falcon. We got Shira Haas, who played Ruth Bat Seraph.
That's how you say it. God damn it.
We got Carl Lumley, who played Isaiah Bradley. And we have Tim Blake Nelson, who played Samuel Stearns, also known as the leader. Anyway, top 3 for you guys. I have a feeling ours is going to be pretty similar unless someone wants to throw a wrench in it.
I feel number one for all of us is Anthony Mackie, right?
I don't know. Ask Caleb. Jesus.
Yeah. For me, yeah. Like,
Okay.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, of course.
Ever since we first saw him as Falcon in Captain America: The Winter Soldier, I have absolutely loved him in this role. I've loved this character, and just seeing his progression from that to now has just been honestly one of the highlights of the MCU. I've loved to watch his transition into the new Captain America, and so once again, he was absolutely amazing. Fantastic. I love him so much in this role. And yeah, Anthony Mackie is a gem, and he continues to showcase why he was the perfect fit for this role, why he was cast in this role. And yeah, absolutely loved him. Number one.
Yeah, I mean, he's great. How could well, I love him. That's what I'm gonna say. I love him. I'm going to say what I think about. You know what? I am just going to say it. What is the guy's name? What is New Falcon's name? Joaquin
Torres. Danny Ramirez.
In this movie, I think I would have liked their banter more if Bucky had just never showed up. Because when I saw him, all I thought was, I like their banter so much better. I love them screwing with each other. Like, I just missed all of the stuff from Falcon and Winter Soldier. Like, just them screwing with each other the whole time. I mean, this guy was great. Danny Ramirez was great. But I was like, and for what they did with Bucky, I'm like, wait, do we even really need this? Like, couldn't that have just been like on a newspaper? Like, hey, Bucky Barnes running for Senate anyway.
No, that's fair, because they literally, I forget who said, but they said because he looks so different in Thunderbolts. They're just like, yeah, he was only in office for like 2 months, and so that's why Bucky looks the way that he does in Thunderbolts. He went off the deep end.
I want to know how they freaking justify that. Like, you're going to have someone run for Congress and then you're sending them after the Thunderbolts?
Yeah.
I mean, but they did say he was running, so there's no guarantee that he wins.
But then why even, like, it's, what is it, Chegov's Senate race? Like, why have the race there if you're not gonna win?
Well, I think I read somewhere that he does win, but he only lasts 2 months in office.
They have to explain that shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I agree.
Yeah, because again, if he's only like what I don't know. Anyway, yeah, Anthony Mackie, number one. You are my number one, Anthony.
Yeah.
Tony, as I call him.
I will say this as a spoiler. Danny Ramirez is my number 3. I really liked his version of Falcon. Like, I think he has like enough of that like excitement, like kind of that excitement that like Spider-Man had, or like Ms. Marvel, like that, where they're excited to be a superhero.
Yeah.
And then obviously he gets hit with with the missile. And
Yeah, damn.
yeah, and then he's just, I don't know. Like I like that he wasn't like super, like almost overly apologetic about what happened. He was just like, I was off my game, like should have listened to you. Like he knew,
He had some humility.
yeah, like where Spider-Man, he like was straight up telling Iron Man to his face. He's just like, man, like you like you don't know.
In fairness, he was like 12 or something, right?
Yeah, but
kidding.
like him, like he's got that, like, I don't know, just the excitement that he has to be a superhero is it's fun. I like seeing that stuff.
Endearing.
Yeah. But anyway, I'm assuming our number. I don't know about you guys. Is he also in your top 3, or
He's in my top 3, but he's actually my number 2.
is he your number 2?
Oh yeah, loved him. He's fantastic. I loved the tease that we got of him and Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and that just carried onto this movie, and I loved him even more here. So he's number 2 for me.
I'll go. My number 3 was the Thinker, whatever his name was, the leader. Yeah, he was an old guard character that I enjoyed seeing. Like it's not that I didn't enjoy Liv Tyler, but it was just like, this guy could have just as easily been like a useless cameo. And it was, I don't know. I liked what he did. I liked that he was game to do all of this. And I don't know. I liked him.
I was so excited when he got announced that he was going to be in this. Like, so excited. I thought he was going to be the perfect villain for like Sam Wilson, who's not super powered, who doesn't like, where all he's fighting off of is like his skill. Like he's kind of like, essentially like Sam Wilson is like Hawkeye with a bigger title.
Yeah,
Kinda. That's crazy, because I'm like,
how dare you disgrace Hawkeye like that?
Listen, Hawkeye is Hawkeye. Like, I'm not going to discredit that, but Hawkeye is not Captain America.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, Sam Wilson, not only like if he fails, like he not only fails as former Falcon, he fails as Captain Mother effing America.
Good point.
So I thought where it was more, where he's more of a where his threat comes from his intelligence versus like a physical threat. Like that's what I liked about the leader.
Yeah. Can I give a honorable mention, by the way, if you don't mind? Just the guy we haven't mentioned at all, our old pal Giancarlo Esposito.
Oh, I didn't have him on this list.
That poor bastard was featured in every trailer as the main bad guy. And he did a great job in this movie. And then they were just kind of like, I don't know. Who are you? What? Get out of here. Go back to your chicken shop, idiot.
Man. Dude, that was such a wasted potential.
Yeah, that was.
Like, you could have had literally anybody else.
Marvel is great at wasting amazing actors on nonsense. Case in point, Christian Bale. Come on, son. That should have been a character. Gore should have been a character for the ages. And then we just love and thundered him up. And we're like, see you later. We'll never see you again. Thanks for contributing.
No joke. Dude, he would have been perfect as like a new Professor X.
Bale?
Like, I would have loved. No, no, not Bale.
Listen, he was bald.
Giancarlo. No, I think Giancarlo would have made a really good like Professor X, or even like a Magneto. Like I would like to see him as either of those.
I like him better as Magneto than Charles. He seems like a little too old to be for whatever they're gonna do with the X-Men going forward. Because I don't know if you guys saw The Residence, that new show on Netflix he was in. It's like a murder mystery show. Doesn't matter. He was in that, and I was like, oh yeah, this dude is getting old, because I've seen some clips of him recently from Breaking Bad. I'm like, oh yeah, I thought he was the same age, but he is way older now.
Yeah. Like I said, just wasted potential of someone who could have been great.
Yeah.
And he's just a super like I honestly like I almost forgot he was in this.
Yeah, by the way, we all did. And he, by the way, he was the whole reason the whole thing popped off, because he was the one that stole the adamantium. Or was he? Did he steal it, or was he getting it back from who stole it?
No, he had stolen it and he was going to sell it.
That's what it was.
And then it was going to be some like back alley deal in the middle of Mexico. So yeah,
literally part of the crux of the movie was basically forgotten.
Yeah. All right, then I'm assuming our number 2, or my number 2 at least, Harrison Ford.
Mine too. Yep.
He's my 3. He's my 3.
Close enough. Yeah, I love him. Absolutely loved him. He was a great Thaddeus Ross. Like I loved it. Like you said, he still has that intimidation factor. And then like when he went all Red Hulk, like freaking love that shit, dude. Like I thought that was so good. That is how you do a Hulk correctly.
Yes.
Like that's exactly what that like it pissed me off. I'm like, oh, so you guys aren't like I freaking like walked out when I was talking to like my wife about it. She's just like, so what'd you think of Red Hulk? And I'm like, pissed me off. And she's like, what? I thought he was good. And I'm like, he was good. That was the problem. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, like you guys don't know how to do, like, don't know what to do with the Hulk, but you can get the Red Hulk done right. Like, that's bullshit. Like, if there's any Hulk that needs to go from like this to what the Hulk currently is, it needs to be this Hulk. Like Red Hulk is one that like, yeah, he's like monstrous, like chaotic and stuff, but he's generally in control of himself. Like he had to learn that, but he like got to that point. The one character that's never been able to do that is Banner and the Hulk, because they are two separate entities.
Nope, not from what I saw. He gives people tacos and signs autographs. It's great.
And he also dabs.
I'm going to flip this table into the sun.
Oh man.
Yeah, so it, like I said, love seeing like the Red Hulk, seeing a Hulk done justice, but it pissed me off something awful. It makes me mad that I know I'm probably never going to get to see a Hulk versus Red Hulk fight that's going to be at all comic accurate. Like that makes me sad to my core. Anyway, where are you guys sitting with your acting grade? Because I'm higher, and I'm not quite in the 90s range yet, but I thought everyone brought their A game. Where it was mainly just that, like, if the story didn't suck, like I think this would have been higher. But I'm sitting at like an 86.
I was saying the same thing.
I already wrote down 85. So there you go.
Yeah. All right, next up we got character development.
I would love to hear what you guys thought of any character development that happened in this movie.
There wasn't much, to be honest.
No,
There was
because I feel a lot of because all of Sam's character development happened in Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
So like if you haven't seen that and you're coming to this, you're just like, what the hell? He's like almost feels like a whole new character here.
Now, there was one character that had a good bit of development right there at the end, and it was our boy Thaddeus, when he was like, I gots to be in this here raft. I gots to be in here because I did all those bad things and everybody saw me do it. Which did not seem to be his MO at the beginning. He did not seem like a guy who would take accountability. Now, granted, there is literally no reason for him to take that accountability that we saw, other than he saw some jasmine trees or whatever that reminded him of his daughter. But you need the context of an Edward Norton movie for that to make any sense. So,
yep.
It's, I don't know. I don't know if there was any character development by anybody in this movie.
I would say maybe Joaquin got some, just because he was like so over eager to be the new Falcon.
I'll give you that.
And then and then he gets like bushwhacked and kind of has a coming to Jesus moment with himself and being like, yeah, I should have listened. And Sam kind of gives him the lesson, like, yo, like, I know I'm not a super soldier, so I got to be on my game at all times, like, and in all things and in all places. Like, there's like, I can't afford to not be.
Yeah.
And he says, so like, it just takes training. It takes time. Like you got major hurt, but we can learn from it. So like, I liked that like a little bit, but it was so minor. Like I wouldn't consider, like, that was maybe the most of the movie. And even that was a very small slice.
Yeah. Cause we definitely didn't get anything from Isaiah either.
Well, listen, I think Isaiah's, I was literally just about to say Isaiah is probably the one that was like, his character development was, my answer to everything from now on is no. There is no there is no maybe or yes left in my heart. The answer is no. You want to help? No. Are we all gonna die? No. I don't know. Get out of here. Leave my house. Get off my property. This is he went from a guy who was happy to be on, living in the world again, to what must be now a new recluse.
Dude, do you know how freaking heartbroken I was when after he had just explained the significance of his suit?
Yes.
And having it taken from him, I wanted to die.
Bro, that was
like when that guard came out and she's like, "Oh, we got your suit for you, Mr. Bradley," and like handed him, oh, thank God.
Yeah. Yeah, isn't that funny that that's the only suit that anyone was worried about in this movie?
Yeah, seriously.
Oh
man,
dude, Isaiah's whole deal, like, I felt so bad for him.
Yeah, they did him dirty. They
like
gave him
he's
the
out in the public eye. He was feeling all like, got his sexy on and like in his super nice suit, and then immediately all of that gets taken away and he doesn't even remember it. Like, don't do this.
Yeah, when he's like, what am I doing here? I was like, oh my God. Like after he had run from the, oh my God, dude. I was like, no, please, God, why?
Yeah, heartbreaking. Absolutely heartbreaking. But I mean, I guess there was some growth. Well, not really, because he was just like, man, F the government. Like, I'm going to freaking deuces out of here. And Sam was like, no, like, trust the system. Like, we'll clear your name. And he's just like, you
bitch.
Better be right.
The system already did me dirty. What do you think they're going to do this time? Do me less dirty? I don't think so, sir.
Yeah. But
So does so for movies like this that have like almost zero character development, is that like what? How do you even grade that? Is that just a straight up zero? Like,
no, like this is, I don't know, it's below average for sure. But I like my average is like 75. Like that, I think that's like a C. And just because it had less than average amounts of character development, I'd probably be sitting at like a 72 ish.
I
Like
think I'm
that's
just
just
gonna
where
go
I'm
even.
slightly above at a 74.
All right,
It's
Jesus
just
Christ,
it's
that's
just
not bad.
because I like the reason I'm going like that route is because I did enjoy the arc that Joaquin's Falcon got.
That's like the big reason why I'm just like
Yeah.
a little bit higher than Caleb.
Yeah, totally fair.
I was gonna go 70, but I'm gonna give it a 71. You guys talked me up. One.
All right, next up we got effects. So this is like anything practical that they did, anything like stunt work, effects, which this looked amazing.
Yeah, dude, the flight sequences were fantastic. That battle where Joaquin gets shot down, that was just a spectacle to watch. That was so freaking cool.
Yeah, that was super sick. That I loved like how they did like long distance shots of them like maneuvering through like around with the missiles and stuff, like the top down view. Like I loved that.
Yeah.
Like I thought that looked so cool.
Even I feel the opening battle when we first see Sam back, everything that he does with, fighting with his wings, the shield, just like I had like a smile on my face just watching that. That was freaking great.
Yeah, I did
Yeah,
too.
that was dope.
Yeah.
So wait, what did you guys think of? I guess this was probably more of like a writing or a story thing, but when he was actually fighting Red Hulk, like, did any of that strike you as like, I think he would have been pulled apart like a daddy long legs?
I think that they handled that sequence well enough because he wasn't just like taking the shots, like he was digging his wings into the ground to anchor himself. And then like it wasn't him, like the shield taking the brunt of those hits. It was the wings were taking like a good majority of those hits. And then yeah, like the shield was taking some too, and he was like I thought it made sense when he did like throw the shield at him that it just grabbed it out of the air and slammed it into the ground. I'm like, yeah, that feels right.
Yeah.
But yeah, like when he started to try and fly away, he got one of his wings ripped off. Like I thought that was accurate. And then like how he got one wing like supercharged and just like stabbed it into him.
Yeah.
And then blew it up. I was like, like
that was the part is like, I thought that, I mean, is he just not as strong as the Hulk?
no.
Is that the deal? Like, no,
So,
he's not.
Okay. Maybe
I only asked because like I can't imagine anything piercing Hulk's skin like that. You know what I mean? So that's the part that I was like, wait a minute.
Well, it's
Like,
also Wakandan technology too. So I think you got to give
but
some
radiation though. Like, we're talking about minerals versus radiation. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, but I think like I don't know. I bought it enough. Like I thought, like when he went to stab it in, because I mean it was supercharged with that kinetic energy. So like you could probably deal some.
I'm thinking of like a flash, like, or a reverse flash, like vibro fist, like going in.
Yeah, no, but yeah, Red Hulk is weaker than Hulk.
Which is crazy because he looked like, just to what you were saying before, looked amazing. Like, it was a travesty that thing was not more in the movie, because it looked better than the Hulk. Like, and I'm talking about any version of the Hulk that we've gotten so far. Like, it looked dangerous.
That's a bit blasphemous. Avengers Hulk and Age of Ultron Hulk, dope.
Yeah.
Those were the last good versions of the Hulk, unfortunately, though.
I'm gonna rewatch, or at least rewatch some scenes with that to see. But like, I think that, I don't know, I would like to see those compared like 1-to-1 next to each other, like in motion. Because I'm not saying that like those were bad looking. I'm just saying, like, I feel like this was like the way that you could tell. You're like, I feel like when I watched the first Avengers, you're like, oh yeah, that's Mark Ruffalo's head on top of that Hulk. Where you were like, that is Harrison Ford as a Hulk, and it looks somehow like it would be his body that like morphed into this thing that is going to kill Sam Wilson for sure. And
they made this Red Hulk a lot more lean than Mark Ruffalo's Hulk. Like,
I know you mean, like,
Mark
he was like
Ruffalo
a bodybuilder or something.
what?
Almost like it was like a bodybuilder or something, like cut, like doing that like water cut. So like all the muscles were like right there. Like the skin was super thin. So you could just like wet every muscle. Was like,
Yeah, but I loved how the Red Hulk looked. So
Fantastic.
another big difference, and I love that you could kind of like notice this, is when Red Hulk gets, like, the madder Red Hulk gets, the hotter he burns.
yeah.
And then like Red Hulk, the stronger he gets. Or yeah, normal Hulk, the stronger he gets. Red Hulk, the hotter he burns. And so I loved when he was transforming, like things were like sizzling around him.
Yes, that was very cool.
Yeah, like really fun detail. I think it would have been interesting to see him like straight up melt some shit. But
they're saving that for Doomsday or whatever.
I hope so. I hope this isn't the last we get to see of Red Hulk.
Yeah, I hope not either.
Like, I'm a big fan of Red Hulk.
Listen, I love Harrison Ford, but what is he, 175 years old? Like,
he's getting up there.
He's not going to be around much longer. So I don't know.
Yeah. But there's not very many scenes that I saw that looked bad. Like,
No,
everything like looked really good.
Yeah, the effects throughout were very solid.
Yeah, I think they definitely found their hot spot in terms of like the effects. But I mean, obviously you can't do that with all superhero movies, because some superheroes require a bit more CGI than others.
True.
Effects wise though, I'm cracking 90s. Like, I might be at 90. Like, I didn't have very many issues at all.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna agree with you. 90.
Oh, well, look who's on top now. It's me at 95. Because I mean, as much as I talk shit about being disappointed about not seeing the Red Hulk until like the last 5 seconds of the movie, like, it was, to see it was great. Like, it was as good as you would have hoped it would be. So I don't know. I think that went a long way to, even though the scene wasn't exactly what I wanted it to be. Like, I don't know what I thought I wanted, but it was just shorter. It wasn't, I would have just liked to see more of it, I think is what I'm trying to say. I would have liked to have seen more Red Hulk in this movie than we got. Because it was good to see.
I absolutely agree. Like, I left wanting more Red Hulk.
Yeah.
All right, next up we got music, which this was
Like,
average.
yeah, it was like bare bones Marvel soundtrack, really.
I don't even think they had any like pop songs in this, did they?
Yeah, I don't think they did either.
What about Mr. Blue Sky or whatever? That was,
Uh,
what, 60s pop?
I don't think they ever played enough of it for me to be like, oh yeah. Like it was always super quick, like a quick little tune. And it almost like they played it so quick that I had a hard time like what song is that?
Well, listen, just to go back to what you were saying about how this could be like the new golden age for DC, like I feel like there are DC has a lot more iconic music for their characters than Marvel does. Like Marvel does have iconic music now, but it comes from the movies. You know what I mean? So it's not something that's like been ingrained in people for the past few decades. Where like if someone played the Superman theme, in a crowd of people, most people would be like, "Oh, Superman's coming soon, Batman's coming soon." But if you played the Iron Man one, like people would know it. I'm not saying no one would know, but it's not as even if you played Captain America's theme, you're not going to be like, "Oh yeah, man, we're about to see a shield." Like you just wouldn't know it the same way that you know DC stuff. And I feel like that's always my thing with Marvel. I bet if you looked at every Marvel movie I've ever rated with you guys, I've probably just been like, it's nothing. I don't remember anything.
I personally feel out of all of the Marvel movies that have come out of the MCU, I feel the only one that like you immediately just like you're just like, yeah, that is that specific theme is the Avengers theme.
Yep, I knew. Yeah, I agree. 100%.
That is like the one that is like always recognizable, even with like the first note.
I don't know.
Like, yep,
I feel like Captain America's tune is pretty recognizable. Like not as like Captain immediately, but I mean, yeah, it's definitely not as immediate as like the Avengers or like Superman or Batman, but like I think it's definitely up there. Like I think I remember Captain America's more than I do any of the other Avengers.
I mean, think of it this way.
Like they also shifted it too. Like I think that's another I think they tried to change it from like I think that's almost like the Steve Rogers theme versus the Sam Wilson. Like I think Sam's got a little changed.
So I would say look at it like this. Like just to, never stop talking about James Gunn. Through those 3 Guardians of the Galaxy movies, like he took songs that already existed, but now for the majority of people that have seen even one of those movies, if they hear a song from that movie, they're not going, "Oh, that's band name and band name song." They're gonna go, "Oh, that's the Guardians of the Galaxy song." Like that's, you know what I mean? Like he was able to take something that already existed and make it like their own kind of theme song. Through 3 movies. So it's like, I don't know, like it's not impossible to do. So I don't know. I'm not mad at
because like Hooked on a Feeling literally belongs to the Guardians now.
If you hear, I'm not in love. Like you don't immediately you're thinking, yeah. So come on, Marvel, do better. Give us I mean, you're never gonna beat the Superman theme ever. Like that might be the most recognizable superhero theme in all of history. You hear that trumpet or whatever it is playing, and you're like, "Oh, okay, we're good. God is coming. God's on his way."
Yeah, I'm on. I don't know. Like I think, yeah, they need some work. Like this soundtrack was like plain Jane as you can possibly get. Yeah. I think it would have been cool had they tried to like update or modernize Steve Rogers' theme a little bit, because it was always like the old, like the trumpets, like the old like World War II, like almost bugle sound and stuff. The like that. But I think like they should have tried to update it a little bit for Sam Wilson. Like kind of keep with the theme, so it's more like this is Captain America's theme and not like stealing it from Steve Rogers.
Yeah.
So I'm personally at a 5 with music. Like it was so middle of the road. Like everything worked for like the scenes. Like there wasn't anything that was like unfitting.
I think I'll just be a little nicer at a 6.
Yeah, I that was what I initially put whenever we started talking. 6.
All right, next up we got costumes.
It's unfortunate that Sam's amazing Captain America suit from the show was in like what 20 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
That
Well,
sucked.
it was not in its entirety because he got rid of the half cowl.
That's true. Oh yeah, that's true.
Well, it was mainly because Anthony Mackie was like, yeah, because I didn't want to wear it. But he says, but he said it like logistically, it was a nightmare for them to like alter because they wanted it to be flush up against his face. But they
Yeah.
said anytime he moved, it would like curl out a little bit, and so it'd leave like a gap. And they're like, yeah, we didn't like that. It didn't feel very heroic, so they just gave him the goggles and called it a day.
Okay. Okay, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
But it was still unfortunate that we didn't get that suit for the whole movie. Don't get me wrong, I liked the suit that he got. That looked good. But it was just unfortunate that like we finally get a comic accurate Captain America Falcon suit, and we only get it for the last episode of the show and then like the first 20 minutes of the movie.
Yeah, you want to talk about some bullshit. Dude, did you hear? God, another side note, people. The people that are working on Spider-Man 4 have already said that the suit that he's going to be wearing in Spider-Man 4 isn't the one that we saw at the end of No Way Home.
Why? Marvel loves to switch a suit. They love to switch a suit.
Like what the fuck?
I know. Dude, I used to think it was to sell toys, but it's like I haven't seen enough toys to like I go listen, I go in the toy aisle frequently. I haven't seen enough variations of these toys to justify how often they switch the suits.
Now, listen, to devil's advocate the devil as you do. I mean, maybe it's a case of like, because we saw him at the end of No Way Home. Get it? We saw him at the end of No Way Home, like swinging off in his little pajama suit. Like maybe he just is. I would say that is a thing for Spider-Man of like trying to update his suit. Just kind of having different variations of it, I guess, or not variations, but different, like trying to just bring it up to the next level. By the way, sidebar to your sidebar, me and my nephew started watching Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man or whatever, the animated deal on Disney Plus. Did you guys watch that?
Oh, so good.
Yeah, I haven't finished it yet, but I liked the version of that they did in that show where he had all those. I won't spoil anything for you, Rose. But just where he had like there was that trial period of a bunch of different suits whenever he was trying to actually go out and do the thing. Like, so I think with Spider-Man, it at least kind of makes sense that he's got a bunch of suits to choose from. But yeah, that still doesn't take away that Marvel loves a suit swap. They cannot do two suits in 2 movies, or one suit in 2 movies.
Yeah. It pisses me off, honestly. Like, if you got something good, just roll with it. Like, listen, are there some characters where that makes sense? Yes. Or Iron Man having different suits totally tracks with the character. But freaking Thor, like you're telling me this dude changes his suit that freaking often? Like, he's 1,500 years old.
I mean, he's kind of a vain-ish god, so maybe.
Yeah, but like I'll even give you Captain America because just natural wear and tear on his suit. But there's some characters you just can't get with messing with, like Spider-Man. You can't mess with Spider-Man. Like you can, but it's just not. Everyone wants the classic look of Spider-Man.
True that.
Although I don't know, it didn't dawn on me until just now that at the end of No Way Home, when he was in his pajama outfit, he was literally under ruse, finally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Under
Good
ruse.
Oh man, but yeah, getting back into this. Like, I loved Sam Wilson's suit. I loved both of them. Like when he switched to the different one after the first one had gotten all like beat up and stabbed. I didn't mind it too much. I also really liked Joaquin Torres. Like I loved his iteration. I love that he had like it looked like the wings from like Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like that's what I liked. It wasn't like an updated version of the wings. It was the wings just painted different.
Yeah.
Like and I said, I loved that. And he didn't have a helmet, did he?
Yeah, he did.
Did he? Okay.
Mhm.
Well, no, okay, yeah. I was maybe thinking of Sam's helmet. Loved Sam's helmet.
Oh yeah, that looks so awesome.
Trying to think outside of that. The design for Red Hulk, we've already talked about, was awesome. Made him like a bit more like I think we discussed a bit more lean looking than Banner's Hulk, which worked amazingly.
Yeah.
I'm glad that they kept true to the character with going black hair. Like I think that they could have very easily tried to make him look like old man Red Hulk.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that they didn't.
I was gonna say the leader looked great.
Once you get used to how he looks, like I think it fits, and he looks good.
Yeah.
Like I think I don't know. Leaders never really had like an iconic style about him, so him just kind of being in a hoodie or just like a sweatshirt or whatever, like was fine.
Yeah, I don't know why I was like, we're still doing. I think it's because you said Red Hulk. I was thinking effects, but yeah, I don't know his. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I stand by what I just said about him looking good.
No,
Because like the effects on his face were great, but
I'm going to dock because of the promotional stuff that we got about him, because I feel like we were ripped off of something that could have been like truly great. And it's like they tricked us. Like even the freaking pop figures, which I shouldn't be surprised. I have a pop figure up there that's a straight up lie. Like that freaking the Hulk busting out of the Hulkbuster armor. Like, yeah, that one's a freaking lie. Like it's this little guy right there. But yeah, I think the potential for something great was there, and I think they stole that from us, and it sucks. But I'm not going to dock it too hard because I did like everyone else's. Falcon, like I said, Falcon, everything about him I freaking loved. So I'd probably be at like a 9 with costumes because I think they're just that good looking.
Ooh, I'm gonna be more critical. I'm actually at an 8.
Are you really?
Yeah, the leader, I don't know, the leader knocked me down quite a bit. His design.
I try not to like let him affect my grade too much because of how much I enjoyed Sam's and Joaquin's look. I wish you would have got to see him side by side in costume a bit more.
I agree.
Listen, may I present into evidence Isaiah Bradley's suit at the beginning to maybe get you up to a 9?
God damn it. Okay. All right. All right. You got me. You got me, DJ.
You didn't have to do that. If DJ gives it a 9, it's going to average up anyway.
That's true. Yeah,
I gave it a 3. No, I gave it a 9 too.
All right, last up we got personal scores. DJ, you want to hit us first?
I think I'm going to give this here movie we just saw. Yeah, I'm going to submit it just so I can't second guess myself. I think I'm going to give it a 75 because this movie, the thing that disappoints me about Marvel movies now is that you have to qualify going into the movie to be like, I'm gonna like this, I'm gonna like it. Everyone says that Marvel things are bad, and I'm not gonna be one of those guys that just hates on it because it's not exactly the thing that I want. And that's not what happened in this movie. I had literally no expectation of it. But it was just kind of like it didn't even seem to be like a means to an end. It was a good movie. I would watch it again when it comes on Disney Plus. I'll watch it. But it wasn't, I don't know. It just was not it's what we said at the beginning. It wanted to be old Marvel, old guard Marvel, or MCU. It wanted to be, some new version of the Winter Soldier, and it was just kind of like, let's throw everything here and see what sticks. I don't know. I mean, I blame some of it on all of the reshoots and edits and everything that had to happen, but this is the movie we got. So, regardless of all of those, whatever development hell it went through to get to this point, this is what they thought would be the best version of what they had. And it was okay. It was no The Marvels, but, it was also...
The Marvels wasn't that bad. Come on,
listen,
man.
The Marvels is my template for the MCU having a lot of cool ass ideas and being like, what if we just kept them all separate from each other and never ever had them meet in the middle and just be a cool thing altogether? That movie wasn't bad, but it wasn't it had a lot of cool things that could have happened that they were like, but what if we didn't? Would you still love us if we didn't? We're not going to. So I hope you still come and buy our stuff. Because that movie, I mean, that was another one that I went in and that people hated, or people were saying that was terrible, that I was like, I am not going to go into this movie with that mindset. And I came out feeling like I felt for Brave New World, but a little bit less, because I saw more cool stuff in that movie that kind of never really paid off to anything. And this was kind of that too. I mean, I've known a lot of these characters for longer, so I enjoyed this movie more than that. But yeah, it was, I don't know. I feel like I'm just rambling at this point. So I'm sorry, everybody. I thought it was a C.
No, I don't disagree with you, though. I'm only a couple points higher. I'm sitting at a 77. This is one that I enjoyed. It's not one that I'm not ever going to watch again. I enjoyed it. I had some fun. I thought a lot of the sequences were cool, but it just left me wanting. It's wish they would have done this, wish they would have done that. It left me just wishing for something else or something more, something better. And I think, unfortunately, that's how I kind of felt going in. I tried to not go in with expectations, but I had a feeling when I went in, I'm like, I bet you a lot of the cool shit is in these trailers. and I was right, unfortunately. So it was a bit of a letdown, and I think my feelings towards it too, like my excitement level and everything, like was reflected in how little urgency I felt to go and see it. Because when I first well, I guess the reason I didn't go see it was because I was in the middle of I just gotten home after my dad's service and everything, but I didn't feel a sense of urgency because I didn't really I wasn't seeing stuff about it on social media, because usually that's usually my incentive, oh, I need to go see this immediately. I don't want anything spoiled for me. And I was going to be the same way with that, and then it's just oh, reviews are coming in, this is coming in, this is coming in. I didn't I didn't see or hear any of that stuff. It was just it was like flying under the radar, and I was like, oh no, does that mean it's not good? And I know people critics were being harsh on it, but I don't know. I think I might bump it up a hair. I might be at a 78 instead. Yeah, 78 feels a little bit more right. It's definitely one of the lower MCU movies I've scored.
I mean, look, we were talking. I'd mentioned the Marvels, but also Ant-Man, the last Ant-Man movie, the Marvels, that Ant-Man movie, all of those I feel went into the same category of a lot of cool ideas that just never really made it into orbit. They just they were there, and then they just were all right, well, maybe this will pay off in another movie. See you guys next time.
Yeah, I freaking hate that shit. And that's something I'm excited for with the DC stuff, because he says it's not going to be like that with us. Anything that we kind of tease is going to pay off soon. If not the next movie, then movie after. And I'm like, freaking bet. Dude, have you did you see how quickly he announced that Jason Momoa is going to play Lobo?
That's great, by the way. You guys, it was you guys I was listening to about him, Jason Momoa, having to have that handler with him all the time to be no, don't show anybody.
Yeah, someone leaked that shit though.
Yep, I saw that. He looks great. It was probably him, by the way.
But dude, he looks so good.
I wished when I was listening to your guys' episode about Minecraft, I really wished I had watched it, to be on with you guys, because Jason Momoa, I heard him in an interview talking with the girl that played Dawn. Is that her name?
It was either Dawn or Natalie.
God dang it. Wait, I've lost audio again.
God damn, he looks good.
Right?
Holy shit.
Yeah, that's if it's real.
Yeah.
I know, but he looks amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, so he's going to be in Supergirl.
Let's go.
Wait, who's gonna be in Supergirl? I'm so sorry.
Oh, Momoa.
Oh yeah. Dude, that I cannot wait to see him as Lobo. That is the true character he was meant to play this whole time. But
yeah, no, I loved how he got the job too. He's just he's like, yo, we gonna do Lobo or what? And James Gunn's like, yes.
He seems like he always seemed like a nice guy, but I saw him again doing that interview with that girl. I don't know her name, but she was in the Minecraft movie with him, and they were talking to each other, and she was talking about, or they had to do a strong agree or strong disagree, and it was liking Irish goodbyes. And she was like, strongly agree, love it. And he was like, strongly disagree, I hate it. And I am an Irish goodbyer, if there ever was one. Yeah, I'll just be gone. And he might have changed my mind, because he was he looked hurt that she was in favor of that, because he's if I'm somewhere at a party with people I know. I love those people. What if I leave and I die and I didn't tell you goodbye or I love you or anything? Like, you're my friend. Like, why wouldn't I tell you goodbye? Like, you were nice enough to have me at your house. The least I could do is like give you a hey, see you later or something. And I was like, damn it, dude. Why are you like almost a normal person? Will you stop and be more like our boy Kang and just be super weird? Jonathan Majors, like, just be a weird actor guy who's just a weird guy. Don't be normal. Stop.
Oh, I freaking love Jason Momoa, dude.
Yeah, he's great.
All right, where are you at with this movie, Rose?
Not to piggyback on Caleb again, but I'm also at a 78. But I was at that before he changed his answer. I'm just gonna point that out. But no, literally just piggybacking off everything that you guys said. When they first announced that Sam was getting his own Captain America movie, I was freaking stoked. And you know what we got? It was decent. It was good, but I would have liked more. And there's definitely stuff that I would have changed, but what we got, I'll take it, and I still had a good time.
Hell yeah!
So.
You heard it here first, folks. The All Bros canceled out my personal score by teaming up on me and having the same one. It's cool.
That's not how it works.
That's you just said for music. You were like,
no. So okay. No. So all right. Let me explain how our system works. So anything that's out of 100, it just averages out the three numbers. When it's music, where it's 1 out of, or like music and costumes, where it's 1 out of 10, it rounds to like the nearest number. So like if two people would, like if me and it rounds to the lowest from like 0.5. So like since me and you, so if Rose would have given it an 8, the average number would have been like 8.66 or something like that, and so it would have
rounded up.
Yeah, it would have rounded it up.
Okay.
But if it would have been opposite, where if like you and Rose would have given it an 8 and I would have given it a 9, it would have rounded to, or the average would have been 8.33, and it would have taken it down to an 8.
A lot of rating justification going on right now.
Yeah, so it doesn't cancel yours out. It like the personal score gets averaged all the numbers together, like regardless. But because the 1 through 10 numbers are different, like it has to be a solid number. It can't be like 8.5 or whatever. Anyway. All right, going through these categories real quick, starting off with story. We started off not so great at a 70.67.
Damn.
Writing got a little bit of a bump, sitting at an 80. Acting got a few points bump from that and is sitting at an 85.67. Character development took a bit of a dive, sitting at a 72.33. The effects are our highest category, sitting at a 91.67. Music is sitting at a 5 out of 10. The costumes is sitting at a 9 out of 10. And our personal scores ended up averaging out to a 77. So with that, the final All Bros and Untrained Eye letter grade for Captain America Brave New World has come out to a C+.
I can dig it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I don't hate it.
Isn't that what Minecraft got too?
Oh no, that can't be right.
I
got to imagine. Wait, I listened to it. Wait, what did you guys rate effects? That had to have been a 10, right?
We scored pretty high on the Minecraft's effects.
Yeah.
We gave that a 91.
Oh, you know what's funny? I forgot all of it because I forget that episode got cut off at the end, and you and the editor finished it.
Yeah.
So I honestly I forgot all the things. So all I heard was, "I love you, Dad. I'm gonna be just like you when I grow up." And I was like, "Damn it, son! This guy's out here living the dream."
Yeah, I gotta say it's pretty great. All right, so this is sitting at a 79.66%. So this is one of our highest C+ movies.
All right.
Like
Take it.
one of. It's not below very, very much, but it is above quite a bit. All right, so you want to hear what it's above or what it's below first?
Below?
What it's below?
Yeah.
All right. So first up, it is below and just barely 0.02% difference. It's below The Croods: A New Age.
Okay.
It is below Furiosa.
Wow. Okay.
And then we get into the B- category. It is below Dear Evan Hansen.
Never heard of it.
All right, it's below 1993's Super Mario Bros.
Okay.
It's below Top Gun, and it is below Dune.
Huh.
Okay.
All right,
All right.
going the opposite direction. It is sitting above Aladdin, the remake.
Fair.
Yeah. How did Aladdin the remake get so high?
Music.
Yeah, that's music went a long way.
It does, dude. Freaking the music and costumes can freaking make and break. And I think we gave music and costumes pretty high on those.
Yeah, that tracks because that movie was not that good. But yeah, music and costumes were very good.
Yeah. Let's see. It is above 2021's Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is above Hocus Pocus 2.
Yeah, definitely.
And it is above a Minecraft movie. Honestly, dude, I think this had the same issues where the story wasn't very good, but the effects and everything else like were decent.
yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, so that's where that's sitting. Within the MCU, though, it is damn.
Oh, no.
Just say wait. Just start from like 2 or 3 below it, and then work your way up.
I wish I could. It only has
Oh,
one
no.
below it,
Oops.
Oh no.
Oops.
and it's not the right one.
Oh no.
It's I don't know how in the ever living bejesus this ended up scoring higher.
Start from like 5 above it and then go down. I just
5
wanna-
above it. All right.
Yeah.
1,
Just
2,
go
3,
down
4,
from
5. All right. So starting off 5 above, it's Spider-Man: Homecoming,
Okay.
then Avengers: Age of Ultron,
All right. Not too bad company so far.
Thor: Ragnarok,
I like Thor Ragnarok, so we're good.
Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania,
Ooh.
Guy, wow. It's almost like something I said earlier is coming to fruition. Go on.
The Marvels,
Huh. Interesting.
Thor: Love and Thunder,
Wowzers.
Wow. What the hell is wrong with us?
and then Captain America: Brave New World.
Wow. Wait, what was number 0?
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Wow, really? That was worse for you guys than the other ones we just talked about.
I think there was a lot wrong with Ant-Man and the Wasp.
More than Quantumania?
Yeah. if I remember right, I think Ant-Man and the Wasp was one where we had people chime in, and I think they hated the movie.
I did
That
not hate that movie. I liked that. I remember liking that movie.
Same here.
Yeah, that might be one we have to re-explore. That and Love and Thunder.
P.S.
Love and Thunder, I think. Oh no, Vic was on that one with us, wasn't he? I think
Love
he
and
was.
Thunder?
Someone was on Love and Thunder with us.
Listen, it might have been me because I was not a huge fan of that movie. I could be convinced on why that is a better movie than it is, but
What, Love and Thunder?
yeah.
No, that movie was ass.
Yeah.
Okay, the way you guys were saying it, I thought you were saying like, no, this
No,
movie.
it needs
no.
Love and Thunder needs to be below New World
Yeah.
or Brave New World.
Yeah, there you go. I more agree. I would honestly switch Ant-Man and the Wasp and Thor: Love and Thunder. Like I
agree. Yeah, Thor
Yeah.
Love and Thunder should be at the bottom.
because it wasn't
Agreed.
Ghost. Wasn't that the first time we saw Ghost was in Ant-Man and the Wasp? Or am I
Yep.
wrong? Yeah, I like that character. I like that movie. I remember that movie being good.
Yeah. So go like working our way up because we haven't done all the MCU yet. Like we still have to go back and do like a lot of phase 1 and phase 2. But yeah, going from bottom up, it's Ant-Man and the Wasp, Brave New World, Love and Thunder, Marvel, the Marvels, Quantumania, Thor Ragnarok, Age of Ultron, Spider-Man Homecoming, Captain Marvel, then the updated score for Spider-Man Far From Home, then Black Panther, Spider-Man, or the original Spider-Man Far From Home.
Vic, if you're still out there, I love you. Can't wait to do that again.
Then Black Widow, The Avengers, Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. Then what you and yours and Vic's score for Spider-Man Far From Home. Then Shang-Chi, Guardians Volume 2, Eternals, Wakanda Forever, Infinity War, Endgame, Deadpool and Wolverine, then Guardians Volume 3, and then Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yeah, I kind of disagree with that list too, because like from what the top, like I feel like Endgame probably should be number 1, right? Like that seems more correct. Like only because like I feel like Endgame and why can't I say what was the other one? Why can't I say it? You just said it.
Deadpool.
Infinity War. Jesus Christ. Endgame and Infinity War, like I feel like those almost should be extra biblical. Like they were such a culmination of everything that happened. Like those almost need to be like we're just going to deify those and hang them up in the rafters and just say they are the pinnacle of Marvel movies, because they're never that. By the way, that's why James Gunn is not trying to do it like Marvel, like by we'll pay it off years down the road. It'll never happen like that ever again. So
True.
there's no use in even trying to do it.
Well, you got to remember too, like, yes, Infinity War and Endgame are the culmination of what was it, like 10, 15, almost 20 years of movies, but we grade these individually. So while Endgame, yes, had great story, great writing, great acting, the character development wasn't quite there without trying to pull in from other movies. So I think that's where it took a dip. And then it was the music wasn't like a 10 out of 10.
I'm not arguing that so much as I'm like the reason I think those should be judged on a different scale almost is because they are like, yeah, there's not a lot of character arc because we just spent 15 years. We just did a 15-year arc to get them to that point, which I think makes those movies a little different than the other ones. But I'm not. Listen, I'm not dying on this hill. It's after midnight. I gotta be up at 5. You know what I'm saying?
Fair enough.
Uh,
Anyway, that's where it's sitting. It's sitting at a C plus with with a future of some reassessments happening. Quite possibly. We'll see how it goes. One of these days, we're going to get off our ass and try and do all of frickin' phase 1.
Yeah, we really gotta freaking hunker down and actually do that shit.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't remember if I even heard Iron Man on that list. I am always looking for another excuse to watch OG Iron Man again. So,
Dude, let's do it. Because do we have anything? Well, maybe not next week. Because I don't think do we have a movie for next week? Or did we have a plan for?
I don't think we did.
Yeah, I think Snow White was on the table, but we decided that it didn't reach the goal that we set.
Yeah, and I told Caleb that it's okay to wait till Disney Plus.
what do you mean? They made almost got to 100 million. What's the deal? What's the problem?
No, so our thing was that we would break down Snow White if it got over $45 million opening weekend. It only got 43.
That's hilarious. That is hilarious. Oh, lady, come on. Just be happy wasn't she in something good too? Like Hunger Games or something? No, she was in Shazam. Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, she was, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but Shazam Fury of the Gods wasn't that good though.
Yeah, but it's not because she was running her dumb mouth about stuff that no one cares. Like, I just want everyone to know that just because I'm not Shazam doesn't mean I can't Shazam. I'm a strong lady who likes to do strong lady things, and I don't need no Shazam to help me. Okay? You just remember that. The end. That's the end of my statement.
Yeah. I don't know. She's been very off-putting about Snow White, and it's just she like freaking disses on the source material too. Like I think that's a big problem.
Dude, the direction that they take the Prince character, I'm just like, what the fuck is this? Like the way that like I did not hate her performance as Snow White. I really didn't. It was like it was all right, but just the way that they take certain character arcs, I'm just like, what the hell is this? Literally, like I told Caleb, and I'm sure you heard from the Minecraft episode, DJ. Literally, the only part that I just had a smile on my face was their rendition of Hi Ho, which to me is just fucking phenomenal. It's amazing. It's a great updated version of it, and the visuals in that are great. And I will admit, when she did Whistle While You Work, she was really good in that one. The dwarves were great, and that was actually a really good change to me from the original animated movie, because in that one, Whistle While You Work, she sings when her and the animals are cleaning the cottage, whereas in this one, it's her cleaning the cottage with the dwarves. So I actually liked that change. It worked.
Yeah, I mean, listen, she is the Jonathan Majors of her time. Like, just don't be a good actor and then stay away from everybody. Like, because I thought she was fine. I told you I watched Y2K. Like, I thought that movie was fine. I thought she was fine in it. Like, I wasn't like, oh, this lady's in it and I don't like it now. Like, she was fine. She was great.
Yeah.
Just don't. Just tell your friends your dumb ideas, or have a podcast and talk shit about people you don't know, like me.
Oh, man.
All right. Well, before we get on another side track,
sorry,
DJ, would you like to tell everyone where they can find you once you get
the
ball rolling again?
For now, you can find me at my house chilling. If you want to, I don't know, if you want to say hello to me on the internet, I'm at Untrained Eye everywhere. That's EYE X. Find me there. I'm out there. I don't know what people do on X these days. I don't go on there anymore, but I'm there. I get notifications still. Instagram, I don't know, man. I don't listen. I don't know if the show's ever coming back, guys, but I would like it to. But I don't know if it's. You might have to start putting and DJ on these episodes.
Man.
Yeah, well,
listen, if we could take a break and come back from it, you sure as hell can.
Listen, I'm not disputing that. I love it. Why do you think I'm here? Why do you think I still have this mic set up, my board and everything? Like after how long? It's been like 2 years since we recorded an episode. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe soon, maybe sooner than later. The Untrained Eye. Keep an eye out. Listen to old episodes. By the way, I will say this. I don't know if it's because of you guys or not, but I checked the numbers recently, which I haven't looked at in probably like over a year. And like last month there were like 300 downloads. It's like, well, where did this come from? So maybe there's still interest out there after all. Well, hey, listen, I'll tell everyone listening right now, go and listen to the show. Leave some Spotify comments, and I will convince my lovely wife Bethany to do the show with me again. And by that I mean I will actually take the initiative to be like, come on, let's go record something. Because I am usually the one that's like, but what if we were sitting though, recording?
Yeah.
But clearly I love it. We're 3 hours deep. All right. I'm sorry. That's enough.
Yep.
Untrained Eye. Find me there.
All right. And if you like this episode, be sure to follow and subscribe to us wherever you listen to podcasts. We are damn near everywhere, and we have plenty of episodes where DJ and his lovely wife Beth have joined us. Actually, she's been on like what, 2?
No, she
Yeah, it was
maybe 3, because we did that Kumail movie, whatever that one was. She did the Wild Willoughbys, whatever that.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And
then
Barbie?
Yeah, and then Barbie.
Yeah, she did
Barbie
Barbie.
she did by herself though.
I think the Willoughbys one she did by herself too.
Did she?
I
I'd
don't
have to go
I
back. I have to go back and listen to that one. I do remember her being on that one though, because I don't think she liked it. Neither her or Rose liked it as much as I did.
I don't
sounds
know if that's true, because she still quotes that movie to this very
No,
day.
I think it was that you and Beth liked it way more than I did. I think that's what it was.
All right, well now I have an excuse to go back and listen to that one.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, we're on all social media. Just search at the All Bros. YouTube, just search at the All Bros, and you can find all of the stuff that we do. And then next week, like we said, is to be determined.
Yeah.
So once we find a movie to do, you'll know what we do. You'll be as surprised by next week as we are.
Yeah.
But until then, this has been the All Bros podcast, featuring the hope that still lies within the untrained eye not being dead.
You never know. Could rise from the dead. Easter's right around the corner, you know.
Yep. Yeah. We will catch you guys next week. Deuces.
See ya.
Bye-bye.